like just like flop on her and lay on her if she's doing something.
She weighs like 30 pounds. He's almost 80.
Good Lord.
He's an
He's a
asshole.
fucking horse.
Yeah.
Like I said, he does
My
it in
dogs
the
are
most
like-
laziest way though.
9 pounds, like 7 pounds. Like,
My favorite thing was last night. So I tried to get him to howl because I love that noise. I love it when you hear a hound dog howl. And so the only time he'll howl though is if I do it with him. So I'll howl and then he'll howl back. And I told him last night, I was like, I'm mad at you. You ain't getting up here in my lap unless you howl for me, and you better make it a long one. Motherfucker did it on command. Why do I gotta howl with you then any other time?
I'm pretty sure Crix is like 60 pounds, 65 pounds.
Yeah, Doc, I think it's pushing close to 80.
He was 65 last time I weighed him.
When was that?
I don't
That's
know.
the thing about Bassets. They're short, but man, they're stout.
Yeah, he's like, blah.
Right. You guys see Ozzy passed away?
Yeah.
Right, like I was like, man, rock until he died. Like, what else?
Oh,
What
yeah,
other
he
way to
was.
go,
I
you know what
thought
mean?
I thought him and Sharon had a suicide pact.
That's
I don't know if
something
that
like
was just
that.
hearsay or what.
That
There
was
was a
That was a
rumor.
There's a
conspiracy
rumor about
thing.
it.
Yeah.
That they were going to go to London and
I really doubt
do it
they
there or
would.
something.
I really doubt Sharon would do that,
No.
especially with her grandkids.
no,
you know.
yeah, she ain't going to do all that.
Have you seen her though?
Who?
Plastic,
Yeah.
Is the plastic surgery starting to wear off?
No, like she looks skeletal, or at least the picture I saw did. Sharon?
She's getting old, man.
Yeah, but do you have to be skeletal?
I mean, well, you imagine all the stuff she had to go through with Ozzy too.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, I would have divorced his ass 3 times over.
Well, not to mention
everything
Kelly
he had.
Osbourne was on a strict diet for a long time too.
Oh, man.
We-
Yeah,
Kelly
she was.
She lost
Kelly
a lot
was
of weight.
She lost a lot of weight.
skinny.
Yeah.
She just, who did she just get engaged to?
It's a guy from Slipknot, I believe.
I think it was one of the guys.
Sid
from
Wilson.
Slipknot.
yeah.
Is it Sid?
I think it's Sid.
Yeah, it was one of the guys, and he proposed to her at that show that Ozzy just put on.
Oh, okay.
So
His
back-
last one.
Yeah, I think it was backstage that they did it.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, because I
That
think
was-
him and Kelly has a kid together, if I'm not mistaken.
that's cool.
That's
Good for them.
Yeah.
You
Happy,
know,
happy.
happy. Yeah, whatever.
Hmm.
They're rich.
Yeah,
They're
rich
rich.
people
They got
deserve
nothing
to be happy too.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, fuck them. They're already happy.
Are they though?
Yeah. So the Epstein Files stuff is starting to get on my nerves a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah, because they're like back and forth. Will they? Won't they? Now they're saying. So the Republicans have recessed until September.
Yeah, I seen that.
I was like, come the fuck on.
It's all a fucking publicity stunt.
It's
It
not even
really
about
is.
publicity, dude. It's about who the fuck are they protecting? That's what I want to know.
Well,
Because that's the only thing I can come up with.
but it's too easy for it to be Trump. Because why would he?
I get that.
Why would he run on that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe
I don't
because
see,
maybe he believed it would never get released.
No, because he walked in there running just like writing executive order after executive order.
Maybe. I don't know if he's on it or not. All I know is it's all way too coincidental
thing-
for it not to be.
There was one guy that was talking about it and about how you need so much support or whatever to get certain things released or whatever. I can't remember what it was. And he was like, wouldn't it be funny if Trump said there was nothing to find just so that he could get the Democrats to agree to release it? I don't know. I don't like the way this has been handled. I don't know. If you're playing games to get to an end game, I can kind of see that he's always been playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. So, okay, I can concede that a little bit, but we need resolution like soon.
Yeah.
You know
Because
what I'm
the
saying?
American people are getting very, very irritable, and they're getting anxious about this whole situation.
As
And
they should be.
As they should be. Because people say, Trump said that there are more important things we need to worry about. Fuck you. The most important thing I think we need to worry about is putting away those people who are willing to essentially hurt children. And I mean, what's more important than protecting our kids, our future? I mean, those and to show people that we don't put up with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck where you are, who you are, how powerful you think you are. You are not above diddling kids, dude.
Oh, I agree. And, one thing I will say is that, like, no matter, regardless of what the topic was, let's say he said, I'm going to release the Duck Files. whatever.
The
I don't
duck
care.
files.
Yeah, and it's just about what kind of ducks we actually have in the United States, and it's for some reason been kept under wraps. I don't know, but let's say that's what it was, right? And he ran. Well, I wouldn't say he ran on it, but it was part of his campaign, right? He sits there on his campaign saying, like, I'm going to release those duck files. I promise I will.
This is like an episode of like the Rugrats, whenever they were like imagining being grown up and running for president.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release the duck. Like it was like a whole parody
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
what Trump's
So,
campaign was
What
like.
I'm saying is that if he came out and said that he was going to do that, right? And then he comes out and he's got all of his supporters behind him and he's done nothing but complete campaign promises and, kick ass and take names along the way. And then all of a sudden you're like, the duck files don't even exist. Like, that's going to make everybody who was behind you, regardless of the fact that the duck files ain't that big of a deal, right?
Doesn't even matter.
I'm not saying Epstein isn't a big deal.
Right.
I'm saying in this scenario.
But you're saying it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's a huge problem for your supporters. You just basically told your supporters that, like,
Not to mention you called them all idiots.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You called us all idiots and said that,
Mhm.
if they're still worried about this, I don't need them to support me.
Mhm.
Okay, bitch. I don't fucking support you
Then I want my
anymore.
vote back.
I don't want to support you anymore. If that's how you're going to treat the American people.
As soon as somebody questions you, you're going to turn around and say something like that. Well, obviously, we know Trump's an egomaniac.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not why we elected him. We elected him to fulfill his campaign promises, and this was one of them. So you can't really just backtrack on
It
it and
makes
act
me-
like nobody's going to pay attention.
it makes me
Duck
wonder-
files or not.
It makes me wonder if like he's acting this way now because he knows that this is the only term he's got. There is no rerunning. There is no running again.
Yeah, but then I
But
guess
I also look at it like, what's JD Vance doing?
I know. I keep thinking like, dude, you're being awfully silent,
Yeah,
which makes me uneasy.
I honestly think JD Vance, he might be in the background saying, "Dude, you're fucking up."
Yeah.
Because if it were up to me, if I could swap them places, I'd put JD Vance
You ain't lying.
in place of Trump because dude's got it going on. He's a good guy. It seems like a real American like dad and all that shit. Ex-Marine, all that.
Grounded.
Grounded. He's very grounded, and I like that. But I think that I bet he's sitting back right now saying, "No, this is not what I
How do we
signed.
fix this?
This isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah.
We said we were going to give them transparency, and we're being like very, very vague with the American people, and that's not a good way to.
Either way,
Especially whenever your whole campaign is based on being honest and giving the American people full transparency of all the bullshit, draining the swamp, but here you are kind of backpedaling.
well,
dude.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't seem to understand what is essentially a PR nightmare. If you had been more like other politicians, nobody would have blinked twice. But since you have been so transparent, to say that these don't exist and you're not going to give us any proof of that is sus.
Well, he said they don't exist, and then he's saying, well, they do exist, but it's a bunch of stuff
Now, is
that nobody
it
cares
anything credible?
Yeah.
Is it anything worth
Yeah, that's
sharing?
yeah. That's so.
Let us be the judge. Release it all and let us be the judge.
Well, then they're trying to get this the Maxwell whatever the fuck her name.
Ghislaine or Ghislaine.
Yeah,
or
whatever the fuck her name is. I can't
Why do
remember.
rich people have weird names?
I don't know. She's probably from a different country, I would assume. But anyway, so they're trying to get her in there and just to spill the beans. But dude, I guarantee you that before that happens, she'll either get bought, she'll sell out somehow, or she'll end up dead. That's my guess.
I don't think they're going to go with the third option.
I don't think they will either, because at this point it'll be way too.
Wouldn't it be funny
obvious.
though if she actually did commit suicide just to like fuck them over?
I don't think she would.
No, I know she wouldn't, but I'm just saying.
I think that she may see this as, wow, this could be my way out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. She
But
thinks she can
if she
strike a
gives
deal.
out the wrong fucking names, though, it's going to be her way into a quick grave.
I don't disagree. I think that, like I said, if he had been more like any other politician, we wouldn't have blinked twice about, oh yeah, you're just going to hold that back too, whatever, what the fuck ever. But since he came in running, hitting all those campaign promises, and being so transparent, that makes this situation 10 times worse.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to understand that part. That's the problem that I have. Don't come at me and call me a loser when you're the one that set the stage for me to be upset about this.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is a bit of a mess, and I don't know how he's going to dig himself out of it. We'll see. But anyway, let's move on
I
here.
did read something. I'm trying to find it right now, but it was something to the fact that Trump and what the hell's her name?
Pam Bondi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told her to release all.
Release, yeah, that's what they're
But
trying
see,
to do.
that's what we're getting at is that
Yeah.
like first they come out and they say one thing,
and now they're backpedaling.
and now
Now
they're
they're
backpedaling.
backpedaling.
Now
And he's
saying,
saying release anything that, or release all of it just to get
Yeah.
everybody to shut up. You should have done that in the beginning.
Yeah.
You release it all, just like you did with JFK and now MLK. Do it all and let us be the judge.
but the problem still is
Oh, yeah,
that
JFK
the
was heavily redacted.
yeah, the JFK
And that
even
I
the
don't
Martin
understand.
Luther King was still heavily redacted.
Anybody who was alive for those things, either they're going to be too old to give a shit or they're dead.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, strike me down, but I told this to Jeremiah. I don't care. I don't care about JFK or MLK anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, yes, those
They
people should be held
weren't in this
accountable.
whole conspiracy thing where a bunch of kids were molested and things.
Correct. Let's worry.
This is a completely
like,
different scenario.
In my opinion, those people have either already been dealt with on Earth or they will be in the afterlife. I'm not worried about them. I'm more concerned about the people who still can be punished and should be held accountable.
Yeah.
Because the longer that you allow these, social circles to happen in the background with these elites, trafficking kids and this, that, and the other, the worse it gets. And like you said, why aren't we protecting the kids?
Yeah.
There is
I think
nothing higher
that's the
than
thing
that.
about the JFK thing, though. I believe that he was catching on to their bullshit, and the elites starting
It
up,
could be.
and that's why they.
But that's
got
where
off.
the conspiracy theories come in and things like that. But I don't want that. I don't want theories. I want fucking honesty.
right.
And that's what Trump promised, and we're
Yep.
not getting it.
Yep.
Like
He's
I
being
said,
very
with
dishonest.
the JFK, the MLK stuff still being heavily redacted, I don't want to see the I want to see the full print,
Right.
and that's what I
Well,
want to
that's
see.
what I
with the
don't
Epstein.
understand. Everybody that was involved is gone or close to gone. So what's the harm?
Because
Because it might shed some true light on our government.
Yeah, exactly. It might
That's
undo
fair.
the government.
Yeah.
Period.
It ain't about what it says, it's about what it can do. And, the trust that we have in our government.
It could create anarchy.
But the sad part is, though, man, after all these years and what the government is capable of, all these theories
what
and all
they're
these
afraid
things,
of.
like, I don't understand. Like, you would think that somebody along the line would spill the beans. You're telling me that all these
Well, they
government
have, and
elites,
that's why you have the conspiracy theories, because you end up with somebody that's telling the truth, and then everybody else, look at all
Can't
the
believe
UFO
it.
people, right? UFO people talking about, oh, there's UFOs, there's UFOs, there's UFOs, and everybody's like, oh, you're stupid, you're crazy, and everybody agreed with that rhetoric until essentially they were like, oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, we've been experimenting with UFO and UFO technology since, fucking Roswell. So, yeah, there's people that have tried to blow the whistle. The problem is you run into, and this is why the government will not release this stuff. A person can be smart. You can be smart. I can be smart. These two can be smart. However, when the four of us get together, people or crowds are not smart. That's where the problem really lies. You release that stuff completely publicly, you're going to get not just the level-headed, rational people, you're going to get the crazies, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm not defending the government. Please hear me. I'm not saying that.
right?
I'm just saying that I can kind of understand why some things have to be held back, but when you come out the door running and being as transparent as you have, you've set the stage.
Yeah.
So
And as the American people, we just want to know the truth. Period.
Yeah.
at least as much as you can give, right?
Yeah. And I ain't even so much the truth as it is, I want to see some motherfuckers in handcuffs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Who are these people that were on that island doing these
You
things?
can't tell me that he had that island and all these things and he was buddy with all of these people and not somebody knew something. That's where my head goes. Like, are any of them his clients or whatever? I don't know. That's not even a thing. But you're telling me that you can be buddy with somebody like he was so close to all these people. That's like us being friends for 20 plus years and me not knowing, like how many kids you have or something like that. That's or like what you do for a living. Like,
Yeah.
I want to
he-
see the client list. Period.
well, what I'm saying is that even if there isn't a client list, how did no one know?
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell says there is.
I'm sure she did.
She has. The
I'm
list.
not denying that. I'm just saying that even if there wasn't a list, something nefarious was happening with Epstein and all these powerful people. You cannot change my mind about that.
I just
whether
say
they were actually doing what they were doing, or they just knew about it.
I just say
They're
go ahead and
culpable.
put her in the courtroom and let her spill the beans. Period.
Yeah.
Let it be done.
We'll see what happens. I don't have my hopes up about it. I don't think anything will ever come of it.
I'm glad nobody's letting it go though, because what I was worried about, like everybody was going to be like, well,
Trump's
didn't
in.
happen.
Don't worry about it.
yeah,
anymore.
well, you know, but the problem is that for the same reasons that No Kings and stuff was going on, it implicates Trump. So then, of course, they're going to grab a hold of it too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Even if I could go back now and change my vote, I wouldn't, because Kamala was a nightmare.
Right.
I don't think we've had a good choice in how many years, honestly.
We really haven't.
Between two.
We haven't had a good choice in years. No, we have not.
I
Anyway,
think JD Vance would be a good choice for the
He's
next
an
one.
amazing choice.
yeah. Welcome back,
Hi.
Bonsai Movie Crew. We're 16 minutes in now. Our
That's
rants
a
are over.
long rant.
Yeah. So
He started it.
I wanted to clear the air on some of that. Get some other people's opinions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, because there's times like somebody will say something. I'm not thinking about that part of it, or, you know, like I've had.
Jeremiah don't even give a shit. He's playing games.
He
He's like,
doesn't.
I stay out of
He said, "Fuck politics."
I don't blame you, dude. I at this point, I'm too far in, and I've dedicated too much of my brain power to politics to just give up on it.
Hey,
but
he
I
hasn't gave a shit
I
about
really
politics
fucking
at all.
want to, though. I really wish I could just be like piss on it all.
But the problem is that you really can't, because you're setting up a future for your kids.
exactly.
You know what I
So,
mean? That's the only reason I give a shit.
That's the main reason why I care, is because like this is like they're building a foundation for our kids to stand on. So what am I supposed to do?
Just ignore it, let things get worse. No,
Yeah.
as parents, we're supposed to do whatever we can to set our kids up for success.
I
Yep.
just want to run around like those kids on Talladega Nights. Anarchy, anarchy.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our creator profile.
Tom Cruise? No, have we done Tom Cruise?
Anthony Edwards. Literally nothing else.
Revenge of the Nerds. You watch your mouth.
Yeah, and
We've already done Val,
ER.
didn't we?
Now, what was the movie
No.
with the paintball?
No, we haven't done Val Kilmer.
I don't think so.
So is it Val Kilmer?
No.
No, the way he looked at me, I could tell. It
I would
wasn't
say I
Val.
like Val Kilmer a lot.
What's the paintball movie he was in? He was a college kid. They played paintball.
Who?
Anthony Edwards.
I don't know.
And then he got recruited like as a spy or something.
What?
Yeah.
How do you go from playing paintball to being a spy?
How do
Man,
you
you're
go
a really
from-
good shot with them
how do you go from
paintballs.
being like a kid on an English student tour to being
Yeah.
a spy? That was that one fucking movie. What was that?
If looks could kill.
If Looks Could Kill
Yeah.
with Rico or
Michael Corbin.
Michael Corbin.
Richard Grieco.
Richard Grieco, yeah.
They
Yeah.
had the
Why
little-
does that sound familiar?
They had the
Because
little-
everybody watched it. It was on like Comedy Central over and over and over again when we were growing up. He had like the exploding gum.
Yeah, he's like, you remember the gum that squirted? He's like,
You
this
guys
is the
are
one that-
unlocking memories, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had the pumps or whatever, and he'd click them, and they had like the suction
Yeah.
cups, and
Yeah.
he'd like slide down.
Yeah.
And
Why
then
do
you
I
had the
fucking...
French teacher.
Holy shit, you guys just unlocked a memory
You had
of a
the
movie
fucking
that
French
I haven't
teacher.
seen in ages.
Core memory
and I
unlocked.
completely forgot about.
The
Yeah.
camouflage condom when he's trying
Yeah.
to bang that one chick.
Yeah.
in
yeah.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
at a
remember the
loss.
gum and I remember
You
the
don't remember
shoes.
this show or this movie?
I probably watched, but
I'm sure you
I'm
did
drawing
because
a
it was on
blank right
Comedy
now.
Central all the fucking
Yeah, it had
time.
the little short lady was in it. I want to say her name was.
Oh,
Linda.
she was in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
She was the
She
principal.
was the principal or something.
Yeah. So it
What was the name of that
it was
movie?
If Looks Could Kill.
Yeah, If Looks Could Kill, and what the fuck was that other
Holy
one that we
shit.
always
Yeah, I
watched?
gotta look this up. This is, you guys are unlocking
Just one
memories.
of the guys. That was always on Comedy Central, too. They always played those two movies all the
Uh,
time.
hold on, we're looking
I love
this...
it. Core Memory Unlocked.
Holy shit. Yep, that's it.
Oh.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gotcha. That was the movie, the paintball movie.
Oh.
Roger Reese. Huh. Yep. Holy fuck. I've seen this movie 100 times, I bet, as a
Uh-huh.
kid.
Uh-huh. We watched it.
A couple years ago.
I want to say it was like this year, like early this year, because you were going on and on about it.
Oh yeah, I fucking love that movie. That could be.
I think I remember
It's been a
watching
long
it and
time.
thinking, like, dude, I want this to happen to me.
Yeah,
Like, I want this to happen.
yeah.
I could probably do that with that 52 thing you were talking about yesterday.
I'll still.
Oh.
draw.
You'll watch it.
I'm
52
still drawing a
times.
blank. It's not looking
You
familiar
were
to
kind
me.
of little.
Yeah, that bitch went all Rambo, and she's like, "I'm the French teacher." She's like,
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I have to see the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm
This
drawing
week
blank.
is Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
We haven't done Tom Cruise yet, so what a
"So
good.
many movies."
Well, that's an easy one for me. Do you want me to read it?
Sure. We gotta split up the fucking movie though because
Do we?
it's,
we now?
It's a lot. I don't like to read that much.
Speed read it
I'm going to.
or truncate it. There's a
Redacted.
lot of shit.
I'll just go. Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Blah
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 blah blah.
Doesn't matter.
He gets in a plane.
Redacted.
Blah blah blah. Sex
Redacted.
scene.
Dogfight. Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Blah blah blah.
Goose died. Go on.
Goose dies. Most important part.
Yeah, because he was the
Fuck.
coolest thing about the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Meg Ryan and her ridiculous hair.
I thought she
That's
always
how
had her
she
hair.
always looked.
Yeah, she always had her hair.
She
like
had
that.
long hair.
Nah,
Never.
No, it was
Not like
always
long.
It
but
was
like-
always to her shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Inner Space or like?
Yeah, but like her hair is like that. Like I don't know. It's like my mom's hair. If my mom cut it all off back in like the early '90s.
She was hot.
She
back
was
then.
always. She always had
You
that.
talking
hair.
about my mom or
No,
Meg?
Meg.
Yeah, your mom. Your mom was definitely hot in the
Meg-
80s.
Meg Ryan.
Okay, so Tom Cruise, born July 3rd, 1962, is an American actor who emerged in the 1980s as one of Hollywood's most popular leading men. Since then, he has been one of cinema's most consistently bankable and artistically versatile stars, equally adept in auteur-driven dramas and comedies as he is in blockbuster action spectacles. Cruise is perhaps best known for playing secret agent Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible series, for which he famously does his own dangerous stunts.
Yeah, he
Breakout
broke his
roles.
ankle.
Huh?
He broke his ankle.
Breakout roles in the 80s. Cruise, who took up acting in high school, made his film debut in Endless Love 1981. He had supporting roles in such movies as Taps and The Outsiders, before starring as a high school senior who turns his parents' home into a brothel and risky business. The movie was a major success, earning Cruise widespread recognition. His star status was cemented with Top Gun, the highest-grossing film of the year, in which he played a U.S. Navy jet pilot. In 1986, Cruise appeared opposite Paul Newman in The Color of Money, which was directed by Martin Scorsese, and 2 years later starred as an autistic man's selfish brother in Rain Man. For his portrayal of a Vietnam War veteran turned activist, Ron Kovic in Born on the 4th of July, Cruise received his first Academy Award nomination. Cruise went on to exhibit a broad depth and range of characters in his few films in the 1990s, playing such diverse roles as a Navy lawyer in A Few Good Men and a vampire in Interview with the Vampire. Cruise debuted the role of
He was
secret
great
agent.
as Lestat. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, disagree. Cruise debuted the role of secret agent Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible of 1996, directed by Brian De Palma. Loosely based on a television series of the same name, Mission Impossible Chronicles Hunt's efforts to root out a mole in his organization, the Impossible Missions Force. The immensely popular film set a template of bravura, action set pieces, global spanning plot lines, and a starry ensemble cast that was followed in sequels in 2000, 2006, 2011, 2015, 2018, 2023, and 2025. His performance as a sports agent, Jerry Maguire, earned Cruise a second Oscar nomination. In 1999, he starred with his then-wife, Nicole Kidman, in the highly anticipated final film of director Stanley Kubrick, Eyes Wide Shut. An examination of
That
marital
movie's
fidelity.
a fucking trip.
It's Stanley Kubrick can kiss my ass.
It's very overrated.
An examination of marital fidelity that drew mixed reviews. That year, Cruise also also earned acclaim as a misogynistic self-help guru in Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, for which he received an Academy Award.
I like Magnolia.
Cruise
I don't think
starred.
I've ever seen it all the way through.
I've seen it. It's good. Cruise starred in a number of action films in the 2000s, including the science fiction thriller Minority Report, directed by Steven Spielberg. The Last Samurai, in which he played a disaffected U.S.
It's a
soldier.
good fucking movie.
I've never seen it.
I
That's
like
good.
it. Well, I got it if you want to watch it.
It's a really good movie.
Who aligns himself with the samurai community
Eh.
and the gritty Los Angeles set Collateral, in which he took on the role of an obdurate Contract Killer.
It's a good movie too.
I'll get around to it. He reteamed with Spielberg on War of the Worlds, a visually impressive adaptation of the H.G. Wells novel of the
That's
same
also
name.
a really good movie.
What, War of the Worlds?
Fuck yeah, I love that movie.
In 2008, Cruise earned laughs as an abrasive movie executive in the comedy Tropic Thunder.
I love that movie too.
Dude, that movie's amazing. And he portrayed the historical figure Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg, a German army officer who organized an attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler in Valkyrie.
That's a good movie too.
Later career, Cruise subsequently starred in the action thrillers Night and Day and Jack Reacher. In the latter, he played a former U.S. Army investigator, a role he reprised in Jack Reacher: Never Go Back. Yeah. After appearing as a 1980s rock idol in the musical Rock of Ages, he was cast as an apocalypse survivor in the sci-fi adventure Oblivion. He then portrayed a glib military public relations officer who is repeatedly killed and resurrected in the comic Alien Invasion romp Edge of Tomorrow.
Have you guys seen that?
No, not yet.
It's so fucking good.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
In 2017, Cruise starred in the action horror film The Mummy and the antic drama American Made. For Top Gun Maverick, he reprised his role from the 1986 blockbuster. The sequel was a box office success and was credited with revitalizing movie theater attendance, which had declined with the rise.
The second one, Maverick.
Yeah. Well, you didn't like it?
I ain't seen it.
Oh, it's better than this one.
Yeah, it's a lot better than
It's
this
way
one.
better than this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no interest.
Like the jet fighting scenes and everything are
so
much
more.
more immersive. They're so much better.
With the rise of streaming services and the closure of many cinemas in 2020 and 2021 because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Cruise's personal life often attracted as much attention as his acting. His marriage to Kidman was followed closely by the Hollywood media, as was their divorce in 2001. Over the next few years, his outspoken support of Scientology proved controversial, especially his 2005 public denouncement of psychiatry as a legitimate science, a view held by Scientologists. Cruise continued to find attention in tabloids and entertainment media through his public relationship with actress Katie Holmes, to whom he was married from 2006 to 2012. That wasn't a staged marriage. I don't know what is.
And then they forgot to
She
mention...
was. I don't know why people think that Katie Holmes is attractive. That woman is ugly. She looks like a dog with Down syndrome. She does.
That's terrible.
You ever seen a dog with Down syndrome?
No.
No, you look at Katie Holmes.
Oh, God.
Wait, do they actually exist?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Vanilla Sky.
Oh, 100% Vanilla Sky.
Collateral.
Oh, movies?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm stuck between three. I'm stuck between The Outsiders, Days of Thunder, and The Last Samurai.
Days of Thunder is just Top Gun with cars.
I know. It's the same kind of... It's
His role-
really the
his
same
role in
kind
The
of plot.
Outsiders
if you
isn't
think
really
about it.
significant, though.
No, but it's still a good
Still The
movie.
Outsiders, I get it. It's a
Dogs
badass
cannot
movie.
actually get Down syndrome. They just have... It's because of their chromosome makeup. They can't actually get it, but they do have signs of what makes them look like they have Down syndrome.
I thought it was just a pug.
What was that movie? Zach Galifianakis. It was like...
Where he's carrying around a pug? Or a
Yeah, he
dog?
said something about pugs are the greatest animal. You know
Oh,
why
The
they-
Election.
Oh, no, it
You know
wasn't
why
The
they have
Election.
flat
It's him and
noses?
Paul- no.
Because they
It was the
can-
one with
Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Due Date.
Oh.
Due Date.
Was it Due Date?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Robert Downey Jr. was trying
Didn't
to
he
get back
have
to his
pugs
wife.
in the election movie? Because he was like talking about how they like fought lions.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Him
about.
and his family, they had like 2 pugs.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Didn't they?
about.
Yeah.
There
I
wasn't
seen
a
that.
pug in Due Date, but there was a dog in Due Date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dog.
because he was
But
carrying
that-
Yeah,
around
it was
dog.
it was a
He kept saying, "Do you know why pugs have flat noses?" And they were like, "No, why? So they can latch on the line."
Yeah, that was in the election. Yeah,
God,
Yeah,
that movie
yeah.
was kind of funny.
it was.
You're
Punched
like,
the fucking
"God, that
Fucked the
movie
baby.
was
baby, they
kinda
fucking
funny."
fucked
Yeah.
the dog.
He fucking punched a baby in the face.
Yeah.
The baby
Will
deserved
Ferrell-
it?
Will
No,
Ferris
it
did.
was because he was getting ready to go in and kiss the baby, and so Zach Galifianakis' character comes in to punch Will Ferrell, and he bends back at just the right time, and Zach Galifianakis lands it right on the baby's face. And so they do it the slow motion way too, so you see the baby it's like spit flat out. It's the funniest
That
thing.
you had them 2 fucking weird kids. It was
Yeah.
like, tell us everything before
At
we
the
run.
dinner.
He's like, I sit underneath the stairs and take upskirt shots of girls and put them in
They
the
kept
album.
talking about all these terrible things they did, and both parents are like now Jesus is watching. They're like those people, and they start talking about all these terrible things that they've done, and both parents are like, "How about less? Let's talk about this less."
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, it's Vanilla Sky. All
Yeah.
day.
Collateral.
Collateral. For you, if I had to choose one of yours out of the three you chose, definitely The Last Samurai. Last Samurai is the shit. That's
Yeah,
good.
it is.
It's a long movie, but
It
it's
is,
good.
but it's worth it.
It's a good movie. But man, there's so many Tom Cruise movies you could pick from.
Yeah.
It's Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky all day for me, but
All
then
day.
there's
I've never seen
All
it,
day,
so-
you need to watch it. That's what I keep trying
And you
to
need
tell
to
you.
watch Collateral.
Okay, we'll watch both of them this weekend.
Tom
How's that?
Cruise weekend.
Yeah, we'll have a Tom Cruise weekend. I don't even like Tom Cruise. I think he's one of those guys that was like he started out like a really nice guy, right?
Yeah,
But I think he got trapped by his life.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He's full of
he
himself.
went
at
in.
this
Well, he
point,
went
yeah.
in wanting to just be an actor, right? And in doing so, caught up with the wrong people, the Scientology and all that stuff. And I
Yeah.
still think that person is in there, but he's in too deep now.
I think he's easily
Didn't he freak out
influenced.
on Oprah one time, start jumping all over
Yeah,
the
that was
couch?
when he was
Yeah,
talking about
Katie
him
Holmes.
marrying Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
I
about
remember that
Katie
was the
Holmes.
whole thing.
And then they had a kid supposedly, but you never hear about her anymore.
Oh, she
That's
didn't
because
want
he doesn't see her.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
blame
like nerds.
I wouldn't allow.
Yeah, he doesn't see her. Katie Holmes has like full custody of the
I
kid.
completely understand.
Yeah,
She's
'cause he's
grown
a
now,
nut.
ain't she?
Yeah, she's
I'm sure
older
she
now.
is. Yeah.
But yeah, like he doesn't even see her.
You mean Daddy has money? Bye, Mom.
I don't even remember what was her fucking name.
Suri.
Suri?
Suri. Not you, Siri.
Yes.
It's funny. She'll be talking about a guy that she works with, and she'll be like, "Oh, Siri," or whatever, and that bitch will come up and be like, "What can I do?"
Yo.
Say my name.
See, I don't have that on my phone. It's like voice activated. I have to actually.
I only do that because of the CarPlay in my car.
All right, moving on.
Let's talk about the movie.
Oh, this is gonna take a minute.
Let's just go to the end.
Well, I mean, it's a long.
Do you want me to?
plot, so
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you don't have to read all of it. I'll read some of it.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I'll do it.
Plot synopsis.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Like we're
Get
gonna
outta
do it.
here.
I got a fucking 12.
I helped you. Stop.
I got an essay right here on
Love
movies.
story.
Eric forgot to do Rotten Tomatoes. So I wasn't
have
going to tell
them.
on him, but I did.
See, this is why do you guys remind us every weekend? This is
I'm
why.
next week.
I got it.
I don't need to be reminded.
Because I reminded him when we got down here. I said, "Did you do Rotten Tomatoes?" I told on you.
I got it.
For Lieutenant Pete
Still matters.
Maverick.
I still got it.
Because I told you when we got down here.
That's just hearsay.
I should have waited until it was time and then been like, "What's the matter, Eric?"
That's just hearsay.
Did you forget?
Yeah.
Nah.
For Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell and his friend and co-pilot Nick Goose Bradshaw. See, this is much better. Like when we watched it to watch the movie, it just called him Maverick Mitchell. And I mentioned to him like, so his parents named him
No,
Maverick.
it's Pete.
Like
They
that's
say
like
his name in the movie.
that's like naming your kid Hunter and then like
Well, you
just
get the-
expecting that he's going to be the greatest hunter in the world or something. You know what I mean?
The description on Paramount said Maverick Mitchell. That was it.
Yeah, it didn't say that was his nickname or
Yeah, it
anything.
just
Like
said,
I literally looked at
Maverick
Jeremiah and
Mitchell.
I was like, his parents named him Maverick. That's gay. Like that's so dumb.
That's gay.
Gay isn't
His
dumb.
parents are full of themselves too.
See?
Yeah.
You just name him name from the start. You don't.
His
need a
parents
call
made
sign.
Scientology.
I'm just thinking like that's like, you know, just expecting it, right? Like what if you named him Maverick and he didn't even know how to fly? What if he had terrible vision? Like they won't even take people that have LASIK. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over.
It's true.
And you named your kid Maverick. What if your second kid was an amazing pilot, but you named him Pete?
I think the only disappointing part of this movie is he didn't run it all.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But he did learn how to ride motorcycles from this movie. So that's why you can see him riding motorcycles. Anyway, we'll go back at it. Being accepted into an elite training school for fighter pilots is a dream come true, but a tragedy as well as personal demons will threaten Pete's dreams of becoming an ace pilot. 1 hour and 50 minutes rated PG. Tom Cruise as Maverick, Kelly McGillis as Charlie, Val Kilmer as Iceman. Just says Ice. Anthony, this is Ice.
This is
I
Ice.
told you to call me Ice.
What was his name originally? Fuck. What was it?
I don't remember.
Wasn't it Carl or no?
It was some sort of like geeky.
Yeah, it was
some geeky
something.
name like
He's like, I
Carl
told you not to call me that no more.
or
My
no,
name
it
is
was Ernie.
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 He's like, this is Ernie.
This is Ernie. He's like,
I told you not to call me
that no more. My name is Ice. This is Ice.
Then he turns around. Anthony Edwards is Goose. Tom Skerritt is Viper, and that's as far as I'm going. There, that's enough.
All right. Would you watch? Would you recommend?
Tell us how you really feel.
I watched it when I was a kid. It was cool, planes and stuff. Watching it now, I can't see myself watching it in the future.
Start laughing.
Run, little piggy, run!
You're supposed to start laughing and then freak out and
Oh
jump
shit!
up.
There's two of them. No, this guy's still over here.
Could you imagine Madison if she
Oh,
was here
God.
right
Oh,
now?
she'd be
Oh my
freaking
God.
She'd be
the fuck out
upstairs.
right
She'd
now.
be upstairs. She wouldn't even be down. She would be like,
She'd be like,
not
I'm
doing
done.
this.
I'm done with the podcast.
Yeah,
you
she'd
get
be
it's all
spazzing
yours
out.
now.
That guy done went under that rug. Yeah, there's two of them. Yeah, she'd be fucking crying.
Yeah, like I said, she'd be done with the podcast
Yeah.
at this point.
She'd be done. It'd just be the three of us.
Especially that size. She's like, no,
Yeah, no.
kill it.
What cracked me up is when she was
I'm
scared,
moving out.
and so scared, and all she did was laugh. Like
Yeah.
she curled up in corners.
She laughed at everything, even when
Miss
she
you,
was
baby
upset.
girl.
Even
I
when
think
she was
everything-
upset, she would cry. Like, what are you crying about? That's what I do when I'm upset. All
Leave
right,
my girl alone.
all right. So, was that a yay or a nay?
Not any time in the near future. It'll be a really long time.
When you forget.
Yeah. Who would I recommend it to? Honestly, I have no idea who I would recommend it to. Like, hey, you ever seen Top Gun? No.
You don't need to.
You don't need
You
to.
don't need to.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless you're gonna watch the second one,
Eh.
which I will say is worth watching. The second one's
But-
good.
yeah, I say no.
It's a-
no.
Fucking Blade Runner situation.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Very nostalgic movie, but it's aged very poorly.
Not for me. I never seen it.
I'm saying for people that have seen it.
I saw it whenever I was a kid. I'm with Jeremiah. I saw it whenever I was a kid. It was cool because of the planes and all that stuff. But I didn't realize how fucking boring this movie was until this time.
Yeah.
This movie is really boring and really drawn out. Some of the shit, like the whole love story part,
that was the whole damn movie.
Yeah, it could have. They could have left that out. I'd have been all right with that.
There's a lot of things they could have taken out of this movie.
Yeah,
They would
I
have
mean,
taken
and
the runtime down.
I mean, at least make it like a smaller portion of the movie. This is like a good fucking half hour of the movie. Is
that
this?
you could have taken out.
Yeah, like
And character.
They could have removed Iceman completely.
yeah, kind of.
Done
Yeah,
more
No,
of the-
no,
the
kinda.
No,
So
no,
all
no,
he did-
no,
all he
no,
did
kinda.
was-
The only thing he ever did
Was talk shit.
was
He
talk
did talk
shit.
shit.
The only one that ever gave him a run for his money ever was Viper.
Yeah, the instructors.
He's the only one that ever impeded his points.
Yeah,
Iceman did nothing but talk shit.
Except
Yeah.
for
That
the
could have
one
been
time.
except for the one time
When
he
he-
was
when
like,
they
"Sorry,
got-
my goose."
When they got close, I'll be your wingman.
ooh, because his other boyfriend died.
So,
Anyway, I don't know. I would recommend this movie to people who maybe are in the Navy, like pilots, or I mean like planes and all that shit, or people who are interested in watching the second movie, which is totally worth watching. The love interest isn't even in the second movie,
yeah,
but it
somebody
is a
else.
continuation of the first movie, and but I mean aside from that,
Is there a lot of? Never mind.
the movie, so everyone's like, "Ah, man, the music's so iconic." They play the same 3 fucking songs
Yeah.
through the whole movie.
It's always the same fucking song for
Yeah.
like romantic shit. And
The
it's like,
first- yeah, the
holy
same
shit,
song
just
for the
You've got
whole
end it.
Kenny
romantic thing.
Loggins, you've got the instrumental, and you've got the love song.
Yeah,
You remember how I used to play that Kenny Loggins song all the time when we go to church on the
Yeah,
car
Yeah,
that
the
was
ride?
really
danger-
good because Grandma had.
the
I was
danger
a little
song,
tape
dude.
player.
If I
Well,
went
that
the rest of
Glory,
my
that's-
life,
that's-
if I went the
yeah.
rest of my life without hearing that fucking danger song or whatever, I'd be
Jeremiah used to have a fucking Archer from the cartoon.
yeah,
Anytime I would text him, it would go, "Danger Zone."
yeah.
That'd start out with Lana.
Yeah, I would go, "Lana,
Lana.
Lana." What? Danger Zone.
Anyway, I would only recommend this to very few people. Like I said, people want to watch the second one, or people who like jets and all that shit. For me, I won't be watching this movie anytime soon. maybe never again, unless I have to. I'm never going to go out of my way to watch it. I didn't even want to watch it this time because I knew that I wasn't going to like it. I remember starting the movie and thinking, I already know that the second one is better than this one. And I've seen the movie before, but it's been so many years that I'm like, I remember liking it as a kid, but I'm thinking as it's starting, I'm like, I already know I'm not going to like this movie that much.
Did you?
Because I remember it enough that I know that now at this point in life, I'm not going to like it. I don't care. And the second one was better. So,
Did you ever own the NES Top Gun game?
We got it. We
and I was really good at it until I had to land.
That was always the trickiest
I
part.
could never land. I'd always end up in the water, or I'd go past the carrier.
Do you have a joystick or
Yeah,
something?
you had a
and
joystick.
it had like this thing where like you had to stay level unless there was like a maneuver or whatever, and then you'd have to. And it had like.
Did you actually have to
balance.
fight other jets?
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
to shoot. There was a trigger, and you had to shoot, and then it would say mission complete, return, and so you'd like follow the directions to get back to the carrier, and I could never land the.
What's
fucking
it
thing.
on?
The
NES.
the original
Really?
NES. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so funny because you can buy those flight simulator joysticks and all that, and even with the throttles and stuff, those things are the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah, especially
I've
when they
got
have
simulator.
the seat. and
Yeah,
the whole-
I've got Star Wars Squadrons, and it's also you can play it in VR. So, and I thought about buying one of those joysticks and shit because you know how fucking cool that would be.
Dude, we played a Godzilla game at Great Wolf Lodge. I was addicted because you were a gunner on like a back of a helicopter, and you're just like swooping, and I'm like, oh, dude, I was
fucking
addicted. I was
VR.
like, I could have sat there all day doing that, and not swam. I could have just kept credits, man.
I'd buy one. I'd actually buy a machine.
that would be
had
pretty
like
cool.
45. They cost like $45,000.
Good fucking lord.
Yeah.
Worth it. Took out a second mortgage. Worth it.
There's
Where's your mom? In the basement.
I can't remember what game it was, but I remember John always telling me about like he had like 2 joysticks for this game, and it was like a space game.
Like were you like in a mech or something?
No, you were like flying
Oh.
in
Okay.
space,
Oh, okay. All right.
and you had 2 joysticks, and then you had the throttle and all that. He ended up making like 2 little platforms that like folded under his desk and then flipped up.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, Karen, what do you?
No and no. I'm just no and no.
No.
There were it.
Okay. Eric.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I really didn't really. It was boring.
It was
Boring this time. So, I mean, will I watch again? Yeah, I'll probably watch it again, but like Jeremiah said, probably not in the near future. Recommend it. Yeah, I'd still recommend it to people, but I would tell them when I recommend it, the movie's aged poorly. Because it was just, when we were kids, oh yeah, the jet's flying around, this is fucking awesome.
It probably
then-
wouldn't show us age so much if it wasn't for the
But
music.
nowadays, we've gotten so
It's
used
not
to...
even that. It's a bunch of great dog fights keep getting interrupted by a
Yeah.
soap opera
So
about bullshit.
Here's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We've gotten so accustomed and so used to action movies, action all the time. We don't have that cinema we used to back in the day. You know what I mean? Like back in the 90s, it wasn't all action, full throttle. But now, if you're looking for an action movie, it's all full throttle.
I think it would really have helped the movie too, though, if the music was different.
Yes, if
it
they
wasn't
would
the
have
same
changed,
fucking musical,
yeah,
if
they
they
would
gave
change the
it an
songs.
actual decent score, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the music in it's iconic, but you don't get enough of the actual score for it to be relevant.
Right.
So, and I think with that, like if you watch, if you watch The Karate Kid ain't just full of fucking fight scenes, but it's iconic and it's a great movie. You know why? Because it holds your attention with great drama and a great score.
I would say that the Karate Kid is right here with Top Gun for me.
Oh, really?
Boring as shit.
You don't like Karate Kid?
Never have.
Wow.
She wasn't very
don't
much
like
into
cool
karate
stuff.
movies.
That's
I blame
weird.
him. That's all he wanted to watch was karate and ninjas.
It was fucking
After a while, I
awesome.
was like,
It's
I'm
awesome.
done. Nah.
Karate Kid is iconic.
You don't fuck
dude.
with
That's
ninjas.
Like, don't fuck with those movies. That's like that. I put Karate Kid on the same level as Back to the Future. I really do because I love.
that's your prerogative.
Yeah,
You're allowed.
That's kind of how I put like Three Ninjas. The first.
It's a total personal
Let me
thing for me.
reiterate
I just
that the
they're
first
boring.
Three Ninjas. I can't like speak up for the other ones.
yeah. The first one was good. The other ones after that, they
You're
get
talking about the second one's
progressively
the best.
cheesier.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the first Three Ninja movies. After that, it just fucking.
I don't know if you have to keep changing.
Yeah, there's only
your
a fourth
your
one, and it had
actors all
Hulk
the
Hogan
time.
in it.
Yeah, Hulk
Was it?
Hogan.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the
something
first two.
about a mountain.
I thought there
or
was
something.
The second
Why
one
do they
wasn't
gotta
terrible.
change all the actors all the time though too? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's a thing for me. Like if they gotta change the actors and expect me not to notice, that drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's stupid. Because
I
they changed
swear.
Rocky in the second one.
Mhm.
The Fallen movies, like Angel Has Fallen, Olympus Has Fallen. The third one, he had a different wife.
Yeah,
It was the same character, but it was
I hate
played
that
by a
shit.
different person. Yeah, it kind of bugged me.
like what they
but-
did with the Mummy. In the third one, they changed out
Oh yeah.
for what's her face and
Rachel Weisz.
yeah,
Weisz.
yeah, Weiss
Yeah.
for
Rachel
whatever her
Weisz.
name was from Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
And then, but like, I don't know.
She
Then,
needed to stay far, far away from that.
well, Brendan Fraser was like, "I'd be willing to do another one." Like, I don't
Yeah,
think
the
that's gonna
first
happen,
two.
bud.
The first two were good. The other two, straight dog shit.
But anyway, let's move into this movie because we're killing time here.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
The
talk about
3-hour movie.
It was only 2 hours, actually.
Felt like 4.
It did. It really did.
Did you guys notice on the crawl at the very beginning
Oh yeah.
that they had a grammar mistake and it drove me fucking nuts?
Nice.
They said they insure these men for whatever it was, talking about the school. And they're like, they insure these men to be the top or something like that. But they spelled it INSURE. So like they insure them like a car. Because I'm pretty sure you mean insure.
Yeah.
ENSURE. Seriously, go back and look at it. Because I made him pause it. And I'm like, do you see
Yeah.
that? That's wrong.
So they're insured?
They're insured.
They're
No
insured.
problem. If
Yeah.
they wrecked
Right.
one of those planes,
Don't
we're all
worry,
good.
Goose's family got paid.
Yes, they did.
Well, I mean,
Not as much as the military did. For
they are
wrecking the plane, but-
insured. They are insured. We pay for it.
The taxpayers' dollars. It says that right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Sorry.
All right, the film begins with Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell, Lieutenant Nick Goose Bradshaw, Lieutenant Bill Cougar Cortell, and Lieutenant I don't know what JG stands for, Sam Merlin Wells. Launching off the USS.
Well, they went deep on these characters that you never even get to know.
I know, yeah. Well, the one dude was in Back to the Future as the principal.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm talking about like all the
Strickland?
cadets. Like Adrian Pasdar was one,
Yeah,
and fucking
Tim
Who's-
Robbins.
Tim Robbins. Yeah,
Tim Robbins was in there. Yeah, you only see him a couple
Melvin or
times.
whatever.
Seconds.
but if you
Merlin,
look
no,
at
he was
if you
Merlin.
look at the billing list, he's like up there.
Yeah, I know he's second billing.
Yeah,
Like,
so
what are you
weird.
talking about? We saw him for like 3 seconds both times.
Yeah.
He had the helmet
And you
on.
can barely see him. Yeah, and then there was the dude who was in Near Dark. He was in
Oh.
Near Dark, and he was in.
Oh, Hubie was in it from
Ooh.
fucking Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Anyway, two MiG-28s jump them. And okay, where was I? Launching off the USS Enterprise to go on patrol in their F-14s. Two MiG-28s jump them, and Maverick scares one of them off. The other MiG gets on Cougar's tail and gets radar lock on him. Oh wow, they're gonna go into detail with all this shit.
That's why I said truncated.
Yeah, Maverick then messes with the other MiG, flies upside down, and flips the bird at him. While Goose takes his picture, and they scare him off, and he leaves Cougar alone. At this point, both planes run low on fuel, and CDR Tom Stinger, Jardian, whatever.
That's what I mean. They go so deep on
Just
these
call him
characters that
Stinger.
just
Yeah.
call him Stinger. That's it.
The funny
orders-
thing is, like, all the MiG pilots, they all look the same.
That was on purpose because they're all the bad guys. They're like
It literally made me think it's just
Nazis.
the same actor.
yeah, they're like
Nazis
Nazis
or
or they're like
Russians or some shit.
you know, what was it, the G.I. Joe Cobra or whatever?
Yeah.
Like they're all supposed to look the same.
Yeah, they're like the putties from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
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 Damn.
That's what we need. We need a box set.
Fuck
Power.
off. That would be
Here.
awesome.
Fuck yeah.
It's on.
wouldn't it?
No, it's on. They've got it on Netflix.
What is it?
Power Rangers.
You need a Power Ranger box set. Like Blu-ray.
Have you tried to rewatch the Power Rangers movie or
Oh,
shows?
God.
I couldn't watch them back when I was young.
They were tough. They're tough to get through.
It
I
wouldn't
couldn't
matter
watch
to
'em then.
me.
No, it would because you couldn't get through Saved by the Bell.
I
even though you thought you could.
tried to watch the
Yeah,
movie.
that's a little bit different though.
Like I think it was like 2
It is.
years ago.
High school
I seen the
drama.
movie come up on Netflix or something like that.
I've
and
got it on Blu-ray.
I tried. And I'm like, man, like I was like halfway. I'm like,
The Power Ranger movie.
Yeah.
why?
It's out of print now.
Is it? I've got it on Blu-ray. It's not. I mean, the movie itself is okay, but like the CG and everything is
Oh,
terrible.
Nope.
It's terrible.
I like when they take old Japanese shows and put Americans in.
All right,
Pretty much
Cougar
what
struggles. Cougar struggles to
MXC.
land. Cougar struggles to land his jet and has a PTSD attack, but Maverick talks him through, and Cougar lands. Stinger, of course, is not impressed and orders the 4 pilots into his office. Merlin is placed in house arrest and confined to quarters.
Hawk.
What? Merlin?
HACQ or whatever.
Oh yeah, Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawk Q or whatever.
Yeah, Hawk Q.
Cougar turns in his wings and quits, and Maverick and Goose get busted for their stunt. Because Cougar quit and Merlin was placed in Hack, so now it's called Hack, okay. Maverick and Goose have to go to Top Gun instead of Cougar and Merlin. In NAS Miramar, whatever, Maverick and Goose are introduced to their wingman, Lieutenant Tom Iceman Kaczynski. And his Rio, god damn, there's a lot of stupid fucking abbreviations in this. RIO, Rio, Lieutenant something, Ron Slider, Kurt, god damn.
Lieutenant Dan. All right.
Hollywood, Wolfman, Chipper, Sundown, Viper, and
And none of
Jester.
these matter.
And
Like-
all of these fucking names, they're all like Lieutenant and blah, blah, blah. Like,
But my
why?
thing is that they made such a big deal about naming all these people when all we ever knew or all we ever saw was like 4 people.
Yeah.
And it would be different because it's one of those instances where they're teaching you a fucking lesson every episode. They didn't do that shit in the Power Rangers.
We're back on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just popped into my head.
Okay.
It'd be like I couldn't go back and watch Family Matters. I couldn't go back and watch Full House because there was some stupid fucking lesson. Like the episode with Freddie Prinze. Turn in your gun, get your TV. Yeah.
All right. Iceman wisecracks at them and
That's
says
it. I'm
he
done.
will be the top pilot and says he is better. The night the
Go back
boys
watch
go
Married
to
with
the
Children.
bar where they meet Charlotte Charlie Blackwood. Just call her fucking Charlie. And Maverick tries to sing to her the other pilots join and Sundown takes over for Maverick and their little karaoke stunt.
That was
on
the
the first
stupidest fucking
it was
scene.
fucking dumb.
Because,
I don't even
okay,
know how that works.
If
honestly.
you, yeah, because
We
I
talked
literally,
about it.
I literally asked Jeremiah because he'd seen this before and I hadn't. I thought I missed something. I looked at him and I said, "So do they know each other?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "The girl and Maverick, do they know each other?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, that's a fucking weird way to start a conversation."
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet him
Like,
$20.
It doesn't fucking matter. You don't just walk up like first of all, some girl's gonna know that you were doing some kind of bet, right? And no girl wants to be a bet. They've made many movies about this. It's just a stupid fucking way to go up and talk to somebody. And then everybody joins in like it was a planned endeavor.
I don't know if 2 boys were betting on me, I'd let them.
Jesus. Also, I found it a little bit over the top that he saves a man's life and then gets called in and bitched out about it. Like, let's go over the top. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, like, you've got to make Maverick this.
No, that's a movie with Sylvester Stallone.
No, you've got to make Maverick this, like, lone wolf fucking rebel or something.
Yeah.
No, he's not a rebel. He's
Yeah.
just a fucking pilot.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah. They don't say he's the best. They say he's one of the best.
Well, and he doesn't even win it. We'll get there.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
Yeah, that's Maverick. Yeah.
All right. Back to it. I don't know where the fuck I was. You know what? We're just going to skip it. Viper sends the boys up to the Jester and they play tag. Maverick tries to get behind Jester, but see more gay innuendos. That's crazy. Jester, but
ain't seen nothing yet.
Ain't seen
but he
nothing
breaks
yet.
range rules, and Jester calls no joy. No joy. It's no joy when it's only you getting off. Realizing that if he stays above the hard deck, Maverick will get
Yeah.
a lock on him, and both planes fly below above the altitude of the course, which is set at 10,000 feet, and almost hit a hill. Maverick finally gets behind Jester, and Maverick target lock beeps, and he calls Jester's dead on the radio. Jester tells him to get their butts above the hard deck and return to base immediately. Whoa. I'm feeling a little hot and bothered now.
We haven't even gotten to the volleyball scene
Getting
yet.
to the hard deck and shit. Okay.
Those chiseled bodies and
Yeah.
their baby oil rubbed
Yeah, that was the best
chests.
scene of the whole movie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
On the way back, Maverick and Goose buzz the tower and spill coffee all over Johnson. Who
Dude,
is,
that was the
That's the
best
best
trope in
gag
the whole
ever.
fucking movie.
yeah,
That was the best gag. It happened like
Yeah.
3 times.
I loved it.
who
Every
is the
time.
tower commander? Johnson, angered by this, says, "God damn son of a bitch." Like they need. Yeah, we know what he says.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, why do they have to put that in there? Okay.
He goes to talk to Viper and fusses at him over Maverick and Goose flying by the tower and being the reason he spills his coffee. Viper calls the boys into the office, and they get rebuked for their illegal stunt.
Rebuked my ass. They might as well have had like every Top Gun person there like sucking their dicks.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, they
Like
didn't-
this movie was so over the top with this shit.
Yeah, they really didn't get punished at all. They just little slap on the hand.
Yeah, he's like, oh, blah, blah,
Don't
blah.
do it again, boys.
And then he leaves, and all you hear is him talking about how great Maverick is.
Yeah, he's one of the best pilots. I flew with his dad.
Oh, let me get into that when we get
Yeah.
there.
He tells them, "Gentlemen, you had a hell of a first day. The hard deck for this hop was 10,000 feet. You knew it. You broke it and followed Commander Heatherly after he lost sight of you, called no joy, and why?" He warns Maverick that if he does not begin to obey these rules, he will be history and removed from the program. As
Yeah,
they
right.
leave, Charlie is not impressed and has heard everything Viper said about them getting busted. Busted? He did. Was no getting busted. They did it right in front of everybody. Viper and Jester read Maverick's file, and Viper tells Jester that he flew in Vietnam with Maverick's father, Duke Mitchell, who was his wingman. Viper tells Jester to send Maverick up against to test him. That night, Goose confronts Maverick and tells him this is no longer about trophies or showing off. They need to graduate so they can support their families. He doesn't have a family. It's just Goose that has the family. Maverick tells Goose that he will
to
not
mention
let
this
him
is the
down.
military, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to get a rank over this?
D-ranked, you mean?
Like, are they going to get another rank for going through Top Gun? Because it's my understanding that if you flunk out of Top Gun, you stay the same rank. So your pay is going to stay the same if you flunk out.
I have no idea. I don't know what you get from graduating Top Gun.
I would assume it's a rank.
I
But
would
I'm just
assume
saying
so.
that you're not going to get...
You probably get a badge of some kind that gives you more money.
I mean, as prestigious as it is, you can't tell me there aren't people that flunk out. Are they really like flunk out? Not because of the flying or like some test or something they flunk out, right? So you're gonna tell me that nobody flunks out or somebody flunks out over something that doesn't even have to do with flying, and then they're gonna be like, "Well, we're gonna demote you too." No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's
not
the
how
thing.
that works.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Where was I? The next day, Charlie and Maverick discuss tactics, and Maverick says he was disappointed that Charlie did not tell him who she was that night at the club. Charlie tells Maverick she does not date students, but she will later recant. I don't know what that means. Recant, probably, man. It when she sends Maverick a note and asks him out for dinner. Slider, of course, is
I was convinced she was a bad guy.
eavesdropping and telling Maverick tells him God damn it, Maverick tells him he stinks.
I totally thought that she was a bad guy because the only way her accepting his invite for dinner or whatever, or like going on a date with her, she's either a bad guy or it doesn't make sense. Because a woman as driven as her to get top level clearance in the government, right?
She's gonna go fuck a
And
student.
she's gonna go, I'll throw it all away. He's cute.
Right.
It makes zero sense unless she's a bad guy. I was convinced she was, and then when I found out she wasn't, I was like, this is officially stupid.
Yeah.
Not to mention the poor rent sign.
You saw that. I saw that too.
Yeah.
And
The
there's
Yeah,
no-
rent sign was in her yard when she was living there.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, because
after
he
she-
paused it. He paused it after he
I
drove
saw
away.
that.
Yeah, we were both. He was like, "That was there," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it was there. It was
Yeah,
there
the-
when he was."
Yeah,
there
he was
before."
there when it was there when he was there, and then he pulls up later, and it,
Which was another reason I
a
thought she was
sign
a
that
bad
like
guy.
she had moved or whatever. I'm like, no, that was there earlier.
Yeah,
She
that was
might
another
still be
reason.
there.
That was another reason that I thought she was a bad guy because I thought she knew she was going to get this promotion, right? She was just pumping him for information or something, right? And then so like you see the for rent sign, and I'm like, oh, she already knows she got that promotion. And then like he comes back later, and it's still up, and then by then I'm like, she's not even a bad guy. This makes zero sense. This is like the worst plot.
It was
line
like
ever.
they filmed that in the like it was an afterthought to film that, and the front sign was there, and they're like, "Oh fuck it, we don't need to." You know what I mean? Like they used it anyway. Oh, people won't notice. Or maybe it
we
was,
fucking did.
or maybe what it could have been. Honestly, what it could have been was they filmed it in 420 or whatever it was,
Oh yeah,
and they may have
and then-
cut that out
that's
before
true.
for square tube television.
That's true.
And then whenever it came out later, like
Because
now,
like when he would ride away, you catch it.
Yeah.
But like we caught it when he was just parked there.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, I get it.
So
Yeah.
you would, so maybe now, like it's probably the way they edited it, maybe. But I don't know. It could be that, or it was a fuck up. I don't know.
I'm going with fuck up.
Probably.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so that afternoon, the boys have a volleyball match out on the beach against Iceman, Slider, Hollywood, and Wolfman. They see these all sound like gay names: Iceman, Slider,
It was
Hollywood.
only Iceman, Slider, and Goose and Maverick.
Yeah, it was.
There was not. See, this guy's going into so much fucking detail about characters that nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit about. You don't even see him for longer than 5 fucking
I
seconds.
know. Maverick and Goose beat Iceman's team, and Maverick. That's not true. They were tied up on wins. So yeah, pay attention. Maverick and Goose beat Iceman's team, and
Too
Maverick
busy
tells.
just throwing out names.
Yeah. Maverick finally this guy's like, oh, these names are so fucking cool. I can't wait to write this.
He's an Uber fan.
Yeah.
She could be she.
She, that could be. Tells
They
me
don't mean to be
because he is
sexist.
going to be late for his date. Maverick finally arrives at Charlie's house a few minutes late and excuses himself to freshen up after the volleyball match.
Yeah, who just walks into somebody's house and is like, "Hey, can I take a shower?"
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah, it's
no.
fucking weird.
Yeah, she was like, no. And then
Yeah.
later on after dinner, he's like, she's like, where are you going? I'm like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I thought he meant like at her house.
That's what I thought.
I was like,
too.
oh, they're about to bang.
So did I. I
And
was
then,
like,
and then he
oh.
leaves. I was like, oh, he's going home to take a shower. Okay, all right,
Yeah, because everything in this movie couldn't be either awkward or badly acted.
right. Maverick finally arrives at Charlie's. Oh yeah, Maverick and Charlie go on their date, and they don't go anywhere. They stay at her house. Charlie
She wanted to get banged. That's why she kept it at her
Yeah.
house.
I'm
And then he
disappointed
left.
there was no breakfast scene.
You and your fucking breakfast, dude.
They
Maverick
weren't
and
close
Charlie
enough
go
for
on their
breakfast
date.
yet.
Charlie asks Maverick about Duke, and Maverick says he does not know much about Duke because he went MIA in Vietnam, and the mission was classified, and no one knows about the mission except for Viper. Maverick then leaves back to the barracks to take a shower, and Charlie follows him disguised. After they even
That was what that
things
was.
out
Her with that hat
and
on?
out, they board the elevator and
I thought
head
it was
to
like
their
the
rooms.
next day.
It was the same day. I realized that because it was after his shower.
No, she said you need another shower, like he'd been working out. So I thought it was the next day.
No, I
She was
don't
like,
know.
it looks like you need.
I didn't
another
understand
shower.
that scene anyway, or why she was there. Like
Yes,
I said,
it
I think
was
the
a
whole
whole
that
lot
scene was
filler.
completely useless.
Yeah.
But now it's even more confusing because he comes out looking like he's, either had a shower or is sweaty, and then she looks at him and says, "Looks like you need another shower." So I took it as he's sweaty.
Which brings this up. If you notice, every time they fucking showed him, They were fucking sweaty.
Yeah, I read that. The men in this movie are consistently sweaty all the time.
Well, this takes place down in Florida, don't it?
Even in the classrooms, like there was the part where they were in the classroom, nobody else is sweating, and then they ask him a question, he's fucking just drenched.
They weren't sweaty; they were just greasing them up. Like this men's got to be sexy the whole damn movie.
Dude, it was awful. Like I can understand being in the planes, right? Because you know,
It's
not just
yeah.
hot,
Or
right?
even
But
in
the
the comm
pressure, right?
center.
Like you're under pressure. There's a lot of stress and anxiety. I get that, so I can understand the stress or the sweat there. But they were sweating all the time. They were sweaty all the time.
Well, like even in the comm center, there could be a little
San
bit of
Diego,
sweatiness.
California.
California?
San Diego, California.
It's not even humid there. So.
Yeah. Naval Air Station, North Carolina.
Well, that was where it
Island.
was filmed, but wasn't it supposed to take place in Florida?
I don't know.
It was probably it might have been California
I don't
because
know.
there is a naval base in.
Oh yeah, because she said by the beach,
yeah,
Laurel Beach or whatever, and then they were talking about California earlier. And
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm just saying, why'd they have to be sweaty all the time?
I don't know. Later, Goose meets up with his wife Carol and his son Bradley, who have come to visit them. Goose spills the beans that Maverick is dating Charlie, and Maverick asks, "How did he find out?" Goose tries to find out of it now that the secret is out, and everyone knows Maverick is dating Charlie. Nobody fucking cares. In class, Viper gives the boys a maneuver test, with Charlie also providing input. In the deleted scene, Maverick tells Viper that they... You know what? Who cares? Viper shows the... like it's telling us deleted scenes.
I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
the deleted scenes. I barely care about the ones that were on screen.
Yeah.
Redacted.
That's why I was like, nah, I'm not reading that. Viper shows them that the MiGs are offensive and they have a radar lock, and the F-14s are defensive.
Say offensive.
Yeah, I guess.
Like how so?
Yeah. He tells Maverick when they freeze the image that you need to cut and run for the MiGs will blow. God damn, why is there so much exposition about this stuff? All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump to the next paragraph here. Later, Charlie rebukes Maverick for his conduct in the tax, and Maverick jumps on his bike and drives off. Charlie follows him and almost causes an accident. Charlie tells Maverick that she was holding back when and tells him that she loves him. Oh my god.
After one date.
Yeah. Later that evening,
They
they
have all
make
the-
out while Take My Breath Away is playing in the background. They don't
Always
make
playing.
out, they bang, and that is the most uncomfortable love scene I've ever seen.
It's
There's a
because-
lot of licking.
They have zero like cohesion. They
Yeah.
do not like, even in like these love scenes, it seems like they both want to be somewhere else.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
There is zero chemistry between those two.
Yeah. That's probably why they didn't bring her back for the second one.
And she looks older than him. You know what I mean? Like she looks,
She is actually, I think.
Well, I know, but like they couldn't have picked. Like I'm not saying like she looked the part for like this high ranking,
Yeah.
smart lady, but she looked way too old for him.
She looked like she could be Val Kilmer.
So his love interest in the second movie is Jennifer Connelly,
Yeah, I heard. About
which
that.
is way more of a fit for him.
sure.
I
So-
still
see
think
that.
they have the same teeth.
Who?
Kelly McGill's Tom Cruise. Like they smiled, they both smiled at one point. It looked like they had the exact same
They're actually brother and sister.
teeth.
I wouldn't doubt his fucking Scientology, you know? Charlie follows him, blah, blah, blah. Take my brother away. Okay. When Charlie wakes up, Maverick leaves her a note inside a paper airplane. Later on the flight line, Maverick and Goose are walking to their jet, and Hollywood tells Maverick that Iceman got another one. They are 2 points behind Iceman and Slider for the Top Gun trophy, and to win they need to win Hop 19. They take off, and now the flight is double threat when they find out Jester has brought Viper up with them. Maverick engages both jets, with Hollywood backing him against Jester and Viper. Maverick then breaks a cardinal rule by abandoning his wingman to go after Viper. And in doing so, Hollywood is shut down, and then the same fate befalls Maverick and Jester. gets on his tail and shoots him down and calls Maverick over the radio and tells him he is dead. Goose rebukes Maverick and tells him
There's a
that
lot
they
of
did
rebuke.
that what he did was stupid. Viper tells them to knock it off
Well, because
and
Maverick's a
head back
rebel.
to base. In the showers, Jester praises Maverick for his flying, but tells him it was right up the part. God damn. How much is left? So much.
I'm so over this
Do
already.
you want to read now,
I
Karen?
don't care.
Where was I anyway? Shit. Fuck me. Okay, wait. here it is.
That's in there?
Let's go with the reviews. All right, let's do it.
Let's just take off from where Goose died.
Okay, let me finish up this paragraph, then you can have it.
Okay.
You never ever leave your wingman. Iceman adds that it's not Maverick's flying, but his ego that is causing him to make mistakes. Iceman says, the enemy is dangerous, but right now you're worse than the enemy. You're dangerous and foolish. You may not like the guys flying with you. They may not like you, but whose side are you on? Maverick admits that what he did was stupid, and he is better than that, and it won't happen again. Goose says, I know, implying that he does trust Maverick and will follow his promise. All right. You're on this paragraph. I put a line in the paragraph where it says Maverick pulls a photo.
Maverick
his
pulls a
boyfriend.
photo.
Of his boyfriend. This is Goose.
No.
Goose dies. They go back to the naval ship, and then
Maverick pulls a photo out of his wallet, which shows him and Duke shortly before he disappeared, and thinks he wants to impress his dad. Later at the bar, Goose is singing Great Balls of Fire, and Bradley is there with him singing it. It was the stupidest fucking scene.
That scene comes back, though, in Maverick. Because the whole thing in Maverick is that Goose's son, Bradley, grows up and becomes a pilot. And now Maverick is one of the teachers at the school.
Yeah.
And has to teach Bradley.
No,
So-
that's cool.
And it's a
all.
really good fucking...
Yeah.
It's a really good story.
That's cool and all, and I love it. I love it. It's a perfect setup
Yeah.
for a sequel, but that scene, way too long.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be in there because it doesn't add anything other than we're going to continue to razz Maverick about his relationship with this girl. We make everything about fucking Maverick. Everything, no matter what, is about Maverick in this movie, and it fucking drove me nuts.
It does. It is kind of stupid because it's not about...
It's laid on too thick. Like,
is.
I get that this
It shouldn't
is his
be...
story.
It shouldn't... Which, the second one was called... This one should have been called Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
The second one should have been called Top Gun
Let's
Goose
talk
Jr.
about everyone
or
else
something
finally.
Yeah.
Goose's son.
Yeah, Goose Jr. or some
Like,
shit. I don't know.
it's to the
That's with
point
two
where, like,
O's.
I understand that, like, this is his story, and I'm totally good with that. But I know plenty of other movies that have a main character that the story is about that we don't lay it on so fucking thick. Like, you just want to scream at the TV, yes, I get that this movie is about Maverick. Can we move the fuck on? You know? Anyway, Maverick tells Goose to knock it off before he embarrasses himself, and Carol brings up the day that Maverick buzzed Penny Benjamin. Maverick shrugs it off and goes over to join Goose. Carol then tells Charlie that she has known Maverick for a long time and that Charlie is deeply in love with Maverick. Carol then joins Goose and they sing, and it is even worse. And it is even worse when Charlie joins them. Wow, that's an opinion of somebody that seems to really love the movie.
Did he say it was even worse?
I'm not saying that's not my opinion. He wrote Carol then joins Goose and they sing, and it is even worse when Charlie joins them.
maybe he really had a thing for Maverick.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, that's my man.
Yeah. Later that night, Charlie and Maverick go to the marina. Hop 31 begins, but now it is 3 against 3, and this time Iceman goes up with them. Maverick, now tied with Iceman in competition for the Top Gun trophy and determined to win it, angrily chews out Iceman after. Iceman cuts him off for eliminating his chance to lock on Jester. He also gets impatient with Iceman for taking too long to attack an enemy craft. Maverick takes the shot, but when the two aircrafts get close, the jet wash from Iceman's jet cripples Maverick's engines, and the F-14 plunges towards the sea. Wolfman calls Mayday, and the Coast Guard is dispatched to the scene. Goose barely succeeds in yanking open the emergency ejection handles, But when the fighter's canopy pops open, the two aviators eject, and Goose crashes into the canopy, headfirst killing him. Maverick and Goose are recovered by the Ghost Guard, but Goose is declared DOA when they recover him and Maverick. Viper tries to comfort...
I couldn't even get behind that scene. Like, there was no... I didn't feel any kind of feeling for that scene.
Oh, this, in my opinion, is where it went like this.
Yeah, Goose was the best part of this movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
And
yeah.
after
He was
this
funny,
whole
he-
bullshit happens,
Viper tries
Got
to
too
comfort...
serious, too fast. And...
Not
no,
even
it was,
that.
it
That
was
is
just
worse.
weird. Like,
And my biggest beef is like, and I'll go into more detail in my review, but after he dies, it's all about Maverick. And it's been all about Maverick this whole time, right? But to the point that we forget that Goose is the one that fucking died. And then you've got his wife, his widow, walking up and saying he would have flown with you everywhere. Like, it's about him. You're his widow. He has a kid who is now without a father. But let's make it about Maverick.
Yeah, right.
Nah, I bet he has a father.
It's Maverick.
I bet Maverick fucking moved in. He's
Probably,
He's
no.
the new stepdad.
No. That is not what happens.
I bet he's a stepdad. I bet he's banging it.
Viper tries to comfort Maverick and then tells him stuff like this happens, and when he flew with Duke in Vietnam, they lost 8 planes in their squadron and 10 pilots were killed. Viper then tells Maverick to let Goose go and he will assign him a new Rio. And again, he does let him go. Literally, he throws his fucking dog tags into the ocean. You don't think his kid would have wanted those?
Yeah, I thought that was the dumbest thing. Like, why did you throw his dog tags into the water?
That's just another. It's just another thing to let you know.
I just thought that was kind of dumb. I'm like, why would you do that?
But this movie is completely about Maverick, and it negates to the point that it negates all the other characters, and makes them non-people, non-persons. Yeah. It's all about Maverick.
I didn't understand that at all. Like, why did you throw his dog tags in the water, dude?
You don't think his kid would have
wanted those? Yeah, you don't think maybe give it to his family? Like,
yeah, like he's going through and like just picking and choosing what he wants, bitch. You weren't married to him. You didn't have his
okay,
kid.
I'm over Goose now.
Yes,
man.
Yeah.
Dog tags are a very personal thing in the military.
Wouldn't you want to give that to his kid, you know?
Tags.
I don't know. I can't remember.
What?
I don't think so, though.
I said in the second one, since he said that.
Oh yeah, he threw them, but he faked it. Yeah, he just pocketed them. Like, I'm just kidding.
Tags,
you
like,
know?
I don't think so.
There's a whole argument, like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
that would have been hilarious. He was like, "Where's my dad's dog tag?"
They didn't even bring Meg Ryan back in the second one.
At least he didn't do a Titanic thing. Oopsie.
You would think they would have at least brought back Meg Ryan for like a cameo or something
You
like
would
that.
think.
They didn't even do that.
He then confronts Carol and Rooster and tells them Goose is dead, and that Carol is now a widow. Carol tells Maverick that it's not his fault, and Goose would have flown anyways, despite the problems with their aircraft. Yeah. She tells him that Goose loved flying with Maverick. Yeah, we fucking know.
It'll make you happy to know that Miles Teller plays his son. I like Miles Teller. And he looks like he could be his son, honestly.
Sure.
Watching this movie, I was like, you and Miles Teller do have similarities. Like, you're both tall, everything kind of look alike.
Fucking sad because like Goose was literally the best part of this movie, and then it's like, oh cool, we just kill him off then.
Seemed like he had more acting chops than Tom Cruise did.
Well, of course he did, and then he's sitting there like my favorite part was Goose is spelled with 2 O's. Like he's so cocky but funny. You
He's
know,
like Goose is spelled with 2 O's.
Yeah. Shit. Where was I?
You think they
we're just gonna go here.
You think they get to pick their own like nicknames, their own call signs?
God, I hope not. Because if he named himself Maverick, I'm over it. Like I'm more over it than I was before.
But he would have named himself Goose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't think so. Like I think that's something you can't nickname yourself. If you nickname yourself, you're gay. In a dumb
they call
way.
him Goose because he's like long necked and he can like because he's at the lookout pretty much.
Maybe. But I don't like who named him Maverick? Because I just want to go up and slap him.
Yeah, thank you for feeding his ego.
Yeah, it's already big enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Maverick later goes to talk to Viper at his house, and the truth about Vietnam comes out. Viper tells Maverick that Duke is not MIA. He was shot down and killed by the enemy, and his plane was never found, and the Pentagon classified the mission to cover it up and did not tell him at the time because he was not ready. Duke did manage to bag 3 planes before the honchos got him. Viper then gives Maverick his scores and tells him to come back and tells Maverick that if you feel responsible for Goose's death, then you have a confidence problem. Maverick nonetheless graduates from Top Gun. He congratulates Iceman for winning the Top Gun trophy. At the graduation ceremony, Viper tells the new grads that some of them must depart immediately. Maverick is one of those pilots and is reassigned to the USS Enterprise. Viper tells Maverick to report to Stinger once he arrives, and he will be assigned his Rio once he is on board. He also adds if Stinger does not give him a Rio, he will fly out there personally and be his Rio. On the USS Enterprise, 24 hours later, Stinger briefs them on the mission. The communication ship SS Layton has wandered into enemy territory and is being attacked by enemy MiGs, who are armed with anti-ship missiles and intend to sink it and seize its data. Stinger sends up Iceman and Slider as part of the Voodoo flight with Hollywood and Wolfman as their wingman. Maverick will lead Ghost Rider flight with the rest of the pilots on Alert 5. Iceman and Hollywood are launched to intercept a pair of MiGs, but are jumped by 4 additional enemy and are engaged with 5 enemy jets, with the 6th hiding in the sun. The 6th jet gets behind Hollywood and locks him up and calls bingo over the radio before firing a missile at him. Hollywood is shot down and Iceman is hopelessly surrounded when Maverick is launched, now with Merlin as his Rio. Maverick quickly arrives at the scene of battle, but is surrounded by the enemy when he flies into one plane's jet wash. His own fighter briefly stalls out. And though he regains control, he flashes back to Goose's death and breaks off, leaving Iceman, who has long doubted Maverick's courage after Goose's death. I don't know why we have to put that in parentheses. Trapped as Merlin desperately and furiously yells at Maverick to get back into battle. Maverick re-engages after a whispered sentence of "Talk to me, Goose," when he grasps Goose's dog tags and manages to destroy 3 of the enemy MiGs, as well as Iceman shooting down one of the enemy MiGs and drives off the last 2. Maverick returns to the ship and he and Iceman buzz the bridge on a parade pass to celebrate their victory and again dumping coffee into Johnson's lap. When the jets return to the carrier, they're greeted with cheers and applause from the flight deck crew. After Maverick and Iceman exchange their form of thanks, Maverick throws Goose's tags off the back of the ship, showing he successfully was able to let him go. Offered any assignment he chooses, Maverick decides to return to Top Gun as an instructor at a bar at Miramar. Maverick and Charlie reunite. That's it.
Thank fucking God.
What?
All right.
We watched something? Wait.
Wait, what?
We're done talking about it?
All right. Anybody want to cover anything on the movie? Cool. Let's move on.
I will do it in my review.
Let's go,
All right.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
Ooh. All right. Jeremiah, what'd you think?
Where do I start? Love story. Oh, no. Fighter pilots. Love story. Fighter pilots. Love story. Goose dies. And then,
Dramatic.
yeah, I feel bad. I'm out of the military. Then he goes and visits Tom Skerritt's character. He's like, got enough points to win. And then the next scene, who gets it? Iceman. Then they're going to have this heart-to-heart. And then he's like, I'm recruiting you. You know, you got a letter. And we're just going to send you out there. No. The planes were cool.
The planes were cool.
The love story sucked. Like, that's really it. I mean, there's nothing I can really say. After Goose died, I mean, it was... That whole end scene was fucking dumb. Bullshit. I'll give it 3 for the planes.
Holy shit. 3.
I'll give it a 3 for the
Okay.
planes.
All right. Damn, you went real low on it.
Yeah.
I think for me...
You love it, don't lie.
I don't really care for this movie. It's not the worst fucking movie. It's not a 3 bad for me. But...
Yeah.
It is not a movie I desire to watch again anytime soon. The music is just overplayed.
Overkill.
It's overkill over and over and over again. The same 3 fucking songs. And then like the Jets are awesome. I like Tom Cruise. Goose was the man. The love interest that whole thing was fucking retarded. They could have cut it down by like 20 or 25 minutes. And I'd have been happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They could have cut about an hour of the movie out.
I mean, they could have cut at least a half hour of the movie out. Make it a strong
Yeah,
hour and a half. I'd have been
Say
happy.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half
really-
solid runtime would have been fine.
Yeah, it'd have been fine, I think. Honestly, I don't think. I know. If they would have cut it down by half an hour, the movie probably would have been just fine.
Mhm.
I probably would have gave the movie a fucking 7.5 or so.
It's a half-hour episode.
Well, we can't really speculate because we don't know what they would have cut out. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
I know what I would have cut out.
I would cut out a lot of the love
The
interest
love
stuff.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would cut out. Honestly, after seeing Top Gun Maverick and then seeing the dogfights in this movie doesn't even compare to that movie.
No.
When it comes to the
Well, I mean,
the
you
flight
know,
scenes.
you've got better.
Yeah, I know
Like I
the
said,
technology's
you
there
know,
now.
yeah.
But
Like I said-
I'm not going to fault it for that.
I'm not gonna fault it for
Yeah.
that either.
Like I said,
Um,
we've gotten so accustomed to all action, full
Sure,
throttle
absolutely.
nowadays
Mhm.
compared to
I'm
what
not.
we
I'm not
had
faulting
back
it
then.
for any kind of like aging or whatever.
Yeah. But I will say though, I like the setting. I love the beach setting. I think all that's great. I love that shit. The volleyball stuff was a little over. I didn't like that. Yeah. But I'll give it a 5.5. I don't think it was terrible. It's not something I desire to watch again. I don't care for this movie.
I like this after Goose died.
Yeah. Goose was the best part.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
that's why.
Yeah, Eric brings up a really good point about the whole, you know, the aging of the movie and not really faulting it for that. And, you know, the fact that, you know, we're so used to being completely inundated with action the whole time. I feel the same way about Poltergeist because he had never seen it. We watched it and I was like, we have to understand nowadays with scary movies, it's constant scares, constant, you know, whereas Poltergeist builds this entire...
It builds you up to the
it builds
the
you up
ending.
to this you know, all of the ghosts and stuff happening at the end and just
which is what was great about movies back then,
yeah,
too.
right
So-
you get that
But in the sense of this
tension
movie,
built and all that stuff.
but in the sense of this movie, that doesn't happen. You get
No,
this,
but I'm
you
saying
get this dogfight at the end of the movie
Right.
that just felt like it.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is that I agree with you that movies just are made. They're made for an audience that can't pay attention anymore.
Yeah.
You can't pay attention unless you've got something hitting you.
Yeah.
all the
Stimulating
time.
your mind.
You're stimulating
Yeah.
the whole time. Whereas back in the day, you didn't need that, and I do kind of miss that in movies. I really do.
I do
because
too.
you
You're
get
right
that
about
tension
that.
building. You
Yeah.
get that. You know, you have this entire
Yeah.
environment that's built around you. You don't even
And,
realize that it's being
yeah.
built.
And I agree with that because now people are more you're used to short form media.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what you consume TikTok and
Yep.
shorter videos now. People binge watch things now
Yep.
because they. But then again, people don't have. I feel like back then, time was better spent. Like you know what I mean. Like you didn't have as much to do in a day as you do today.
Well, you didn't have
nowadays.
the kind of media that we do now, where it's on demand. Right.
Well, that and everything nowadays is go go go.
Well, you know, if you went to the movies, it was an affair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you took the whole family. It was a thing.
But that's another thing too. They're pumping out movie after movie after
that's
movie
what I'm saying
now.
is that we're so inundated.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But I'm just saying that when he brought that up, that was very interesting to me because that's not something that I really thought of. I just thought this movie's fucking boring. But I didn't stop to think about what he said, you know, about how like, you know, action movies are this and that and the other now. And I can have a certain amount of respect for this movie for that purpose. But otherwise, I'm just going to read my notes here because otherwise this isn't going to be coherent. This movie takes itself too seriously for the amount of over-the-top scenes, acting, and cheese that is found within. Too predictable and cheesy for this film to be viewed as universally loved as it is, its fan base and pop culture to take this so seriously. Totally useless scenes, the diner could have been cut down or entirely taken out. Volleyball, take it out completely. The people who are fans of this movie must be the same people that find Friday the 13th amazing. Sorry. I had to. The worst acting I've seen from some of the best actors I've ever seen.
It's a great movie.
Meg Ryan acted drunk at noon on a Tuesday in the diner
She
scene.
did too.
Like, I don't understand that.
She acted drunk every time she was on the screen.
The worst acted scene, in my opinion, was when she dropped him off after Goose dies and says, "I like to help. I know it's hard." And his response is, "I just want him back." And then she says, "Well, let me know if you need me." It played out like a porn, like a badly acted porn. he packs up Goose's stuff, and the first thing Meg Ryan says is about Maverick, not Goose. He loved flying with you, Maverick. The fuck? Like, she's comforting him, but she's his wife. Yes, make sure Maverick is okay. Your kid will be fine without his father. No reason he shouldn't be comforting a widow and her now fatherless child, but let's make it about Maverick. Iceman is a useless...
It seemed like they were just sitting in a waiting room, too. Like,
Yeah. Iceman is a useless character. We kind of went over that already, so I won't go into details.
Oh yeah, he was the worst.
Tom, well, I wouldn't say he's the worst. He was just not used.
Yeah, he wasn't utilized.
They didn't
at all.
use him at all. And Val Kilmer's amazing. I
Yeah,
think
he was
could have
supposed to
made
be like
something out
the
of that.
best pilot
Yeah.
aside from Maverick, and they didn't
But-
perceive. They didn't
No.
perceive him like that.
Mm-mm.
They didn't.
No,
like,
they the only thing you get is a little bit of shit talk.
Yeah.
But as far as like the dog
I can't
fights
take
and
the
stuff,
shot. I can't
he's
take
never,
the shot.
He's never a problem
Yeah.
for Maverick, you know? This one was the worst for me. Tom Skerritt tells him about his dad, who up until now has been the entire crux of the chip on his shoulder. And they put more emphasis on him returning to Top Gun than on his father's passing. They just play it off. They just shake it off. Like we're supposed to, even as the audience,
Yeah.
go, his father died? Okay, cool, and move on. That has been the entire crux of his chip and why he is the way he is. But let's just shake over that.
Yeah.
And so Maverick was never really going to leave the military. You can't leave the military. So
That's what I thought too. I was like, you can't just leave the military.
there's
So
a
we
lot
just-
of things
we just
you
had to
have
watch
do.
him throw a hissy fit,
Yeah.
essentially. And this movie this was what I was saying earlier. This movie is a bunch of great dog fights that got interrupted by the most homoerotic soap opera fan fiction about military men that I've ever seen.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
3.5 from me.
Oh boy.
So, when it comes to the dogfights, honestly, the most exciting for the dogfights were the training. When it came to the actual dogfights, meh.
Yeah, the actual
Like
dog fights didn't feel any different.
Yeah,
than the
like if-
training.
if-
like
if-
it didn't.
I thought it was neat. Like you have to understand, I don't watch a lot of this like pilot movie where they're flying and fighting. I don't watch this kind of stuff. You know, it's not my thing. I'm sure that when I watch Maverick, it will be more amazing. You know what I mean? Like I will be completely thrilled by it.
Yeah.
But the most
But
I've
it's
gotten,
filmed to be that way too.
Yeah.
Sure. And when we play the one on the NES, you know, like I love the dog fights were my favorite part. Like that's what I wanted to do. I didn't give a shit that I couldn't land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I understand where my fascination with that is, you know.
But yeah, like I said, the dogfights in this, like the best part in the first dogfight was the inverted, fuck you.
Oh yeah. That
That-
was easily the best dog fight.
That was good.
Yeah.
But the rest of like the actual dogfights, other than the training, just didn't feel like it was that great.
Yeah, the end dog fight just
No,
didn't.
it was no. So honestly, when it comes down to this movie, yeah, I'm not going to degrade it because the time,
right.
we've gotten so accustomed to, like I said, full throttle action movies now
Mhm.
compared to back when we were
Yeah. Thanks,
back in,
Michael Bay.
back in the day. Back
You
in
son of a bitch.
back in the day, we didn't need that kind of,
No, you didn't have to have that kind of stimulation.
and that was Top Gun was the shit back then. I mean, it was when we were kids. Everybody always talked about Top Gun, how they made roller coasters
Yeah.
and all kinds of shit.
Hey, I
for
rode the
Top
roller
Gun.
coaster a lot. I just didn't
I
watch
did
the
too.
movie.
The roller
Right.
coaster was fun at Kings
Yeah, it
Island.
was.
Yeah, and I mean,
Just didn't last very long.
No.
so I'm sitting at about a good 5. I want to say 5. It's 5.5 for me.
So it's a 4.375.
I bet the critics liked it a lot more than we did.
I'm gonna say for the critics,
Get to my shit.
I'm gonna say 75.
75.
For critics,
I bet it's between you guys.
you said 75,
83.
83.
I'm gonna go 78.
75. Karen's going to get 59%.
Holy
What
shit!
the fuck? I didn't know it was that fucking low. Jesus. I think we're closer on our fucking review.
Well, we were 4.4.
Well, I'm talking about
Round
just me
up.
and him in general.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
because
yeah,
we had
yeah,
a 5.5.
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
People.
I bet people love this. I
75.
can't believe
I'll say
that
75.
that low of a score and
75.
they fucking greenlit a sequel. It's
I'm
insane.
gonna go with 60.
Well, that's gonna go more for the people, right? Like, they're gonna. That's the nostalgia thing.
Yeah, what did you give it?
75. I just stuck with 75.
I think people are going to be higher. I'm going to stick with my original 78.
78. It's an 83%.
So I got that one.
Who the
Right?
She
fuck
got
is-
75.
I had 78.
70, yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
he would get it.
Who the fuck?
Yeah, they had to have greenlit the movie off of something. It had
Well,
to
that's
have
what
been
I'm
the
saying. It
fans.
would have had to be the people.
So
Yeah.
the
Because they're
critics,
doing everything on nostalgia base now.
Yeah.
Like,
critics' consensus. Though it features some of the most memorable and electrifying aerial footage shot with an expert eye for action, Top Gun offers too little for non-adolescent viewers to chew on when its characters aren't in the air. That's
wait,
fair.
I'm
Yeah.
not an adolescent. Wait, is it making fun of me or is it saying it's okay?
I don't know.
I'm confused by the word.
I know in the second one, man, you feel.
Oh, but that was a good one to see in theaters.
Yeah. Oh, that's why they said it was the thing that revitalized the theaters for a while.
Yeah.
Was people getting in the theaters to be able to watch that movie? Because like
The
whenever you're
fucking
watching
jets
it,
and the booms.
they're
oh.
actually in the jets. So like they're like, all the jet stuff. Like whenever Tom Cruise is in there doing his stunts and shit, those looks on his face are real. Like he's like upside down and like, but you feel it more. I guess it just
That doesn't surprise me based on what I found out for tria and stuff. Honestly,
yeah.
yeah.
Like it's awesome. Like the second one is really
the trivia
good.
was more interesting to do than the movie.
I believe
Sorry.
that.
So Sean R says camp nonsense in a plane. Another one, I don't see his name, says quite simple, boring, and mediocre overall, but slightly entertaining when characters are in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blobo X,
Blobo X.
That guy's got a great screen name.
Blobo.
half a star. Blobo, quote, little boy in Faulty Towers restaurant. That's puke added as at is.
Huh?
Fuck.
Was that English?
Blobo, quote, little boy in Faulty Towers restaurant. That's puke at is. I think what he's saying is that he's quoting a little kid pointing at the movie, but like you can't just throw like we weren't at the restaurant with you, Blobo. We don't know what.
That's puke. That is.
Yeah, like we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
I
it was
thought
like
that
from
was
a
a good
movie
one.
or something. I don't know. That's puke,
Well,
that is.
that's like when you have an in joke that when you tell it you
You
realize
tell
the
it to
rest-
other people,
and the
they're like
rest of them
laughing,
just
not
like, oh,
laughing.
that's
It's like, I guess you
that's
had to be
good.
there.
Yeah, like
You had to be
what a
there.
letdown. Thanks, Blobo.
Yeah.
M.
Your name was cool.
M. Francisco D.
Ooh.
1 star.
Francisco.
Francisco D.
Francisco
D.
D's
Francisco
nuts.
the Dick.
I try to watch this movie. It is awful on every level. Dialogue, script, acting, editing, and music. This did not age well at all, and it is almost unbelievable it was ever popular. It is predictable, full of cliches,
Predictable.
and the
for sure.
characters are forgettable. The only thing I found entertaining seeing all these famous actors so young. I didn't know Meg Ryan was in this movie. I have enjoyed many of Tom Cruise's movies, but this one is best described in the word cringe.
I don't know, I say cringe, but it is kind of cringy how much everybody wants to suck Maverick's dick.
Benjamin
Yeah.
D. Very boring, overrated. 1.5.
Just give us like one or two more.
Oh, well, this is the long one. JW.
Then just give us that.
Let's just do that.
Hold on. I understand what was going on in the movie, but I really enjoyed the flying action parts. Throughout the years, I would fondly reminisce about the movie and speak very highly of it. Then in 2022, I rewatched the film in preparation of viewing Top Gun Maverick, and it is not at all how I remembered it. Top Gun was the highest grossing film in 1986. It is frequently referenced and spoofed in a lot of shows, including a feature-length parody movie. The movie got Navy recruitment up to 300%, which is
500.
That just cracks me up. That it was the Navy that got that one. It's literally the Air Force.
It's the
No,
Navy.
it's the Navy.
It's the Navy.
That's what I was trying to say when we were talking about astronauts. They have pilots in the Navy.
Yeah.
Mm,
I guess I
okay.
didn't think about it. But yeah, this is the Navy.
Oh, okay. For some
And
reason, I
their
always thought it was
recruitment
Air
went up
Force.
500%.
That's ridiculous.
Uh,
I want to be Tom Cruise.
A lot of semen came out of this movie.
it has a quote. In
Literally and figuratively.
It has a quote in AFI Top 100 Quotes and won an Oscar for Best Original Song. So yes, this film is
You
undeniably.
mean the song that we heard throughout the entire fucking movie?
And the line is said
Undeniably
once, I feel the need.
has a
for
big
speed.
impact on pop culture. But taking off the nostalgia glasses, this film does not hold up with Tom Cruise's success as an action movie star in the 21st century.
Agreed.
And the
Agreed.
fact that the movie is called Top Gun, I could have sworn this was an action movie. After all, the NES game of this was an action shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. It is a romance. I think even fans of this movie will admit that Maverick and Charlie do not make a good couple. The two have no emotional stability. There's a scene in a class where Charlie uses Maverick as an example of what not to do in practice. Maverick then throws a hissy fit and rides off on his motorcycle. Charlie then chases him down in her car, ignoring traffic safety, and runs him off the road. They yell at each other only just to kiss and make up. Then there's a gratuitous sex scene, pretty intimate for a PG movie. The majority of the movie is spent in class. Then
It's
at
not
the,
even intimate. It was gross. They were
Yeah.
like licking each other's tongues.
Breakfast.
then at the
If they would have just had breakfast,
That's
it
his
would have been
love
way
language.
better.
If I want to get laid, I got to make him breakfast.
Breakfast.
Then at the end, they tack an out of nowhere conflict with the enemy. Meanwhile, all the usual loss of confidence, regaining your mojo story ensues. Even the action isn't that well handled. It is a novel that they are able to use so.
I mean, he's got good points. I can't argue with
I
anything.
can't argue
the
with
guy's
anything
brought
he's
up.
saying, honestly.
This is another one that we should have done like good reviews. Like-
Okay. Even the action is that well handled. It is a novel that they are able to use so much of the Navy stuff, but they didn't have much footage to work with. So they end up just flipping some of the old footage.
Yeah, did you
Hoping-
notice the explosions were the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
And they
pilot,
just flipped it.
the view of the pilot's the same too. Hoping no one would
And some-
notice.
yeah.
Then intersplice some reaction shots from the actors in a cockpit. The soundtrack is legitimately good, though. Okay. And Maverick and Goose had.
It's not that it's bad; it's just reused.
Yeah,
It's
Maverick and
overplayed in
Goose
the
have
movie.
believable chemistry as best friends. If you are like me and remember this movie as a cool action movie, I recommend leaving it that way and don't bother rewatching it. Just watch Top Gun Maverick. It does everything you imagined the first movie to do, but 10 times better.
See, I remember like I would agree that the only believable characters in this movie are Goose and Maverick. They
Yeah.
have a rapport. They have a chemistry.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I agree.
Everybody
I
else,
agree
like
with that.
especially every time you saw him and Charlie on screen,
Yeah.
it was like, what?
Yeah,
Like, you guys
everybody's so
are forcing
wooden
this.
other than
Yeah.
those two.
It was
in the same-
terrible. Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. Jesus.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Despite it being very interesting, I don't have a whole hell of a lot.
That's fine. We're running. We're low on time.
I know. I'm letting you know that up front.
Don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Both John Carpenter and David Cronenberg turned down the chance to direct. You heard that right. Turned down the chance. They were offered and wanted them to take it. They both turned it down.
Hold on.
Which one are you looking for?
It's not working.
Which one are you looking for?
Hold on. I think it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't think that one works on mine.
It wasn't working on mine apparently either.
Well, they both seem like weird choices. We would have had a totally different movie depending on who you picked. Carpenter was even famously quoted as saying, "I'm not the right guy for this."
No, he's not.
Cronenberg, can you imagine?
Yeah, no, he's
I mean, we would have had a whole different volleyball scene. When the
He
students,
falls on his face and it just
and the
turns into
sand
like
turns into like a meat-eating
monster. Yeah, and it like
and-
eats him, and then like they meld with it and become one.
With
and
the
then like
sand.
And it's like a mech meat monster.
yeah, and then
from
they
the
combine with a
planet
plane,
Sand.
and then they're the jet flying through the air. That would be really weird.
Yeah.
A jet just flying underneath the sand.
It was like a
pops up.
skin jet. Yeah,
When the students are being briefed by Charlie in the hangar, Maverick explains that he gave the bird to a MiG. She asks how he saw the MiG up close, and he says he was flying inverted. Right then, Ice coughs bullshit, and the guys laugh. The bullshit line was ad-libbed by Val Kilmer, and everyone's reactions are genuine. Charlie's older mandate at the Officers Club is the real-life Viper, Pete Pettigrew. He is a retired Navy pilot and Top Gun instructor and shot down a MiG during the Vietnam War. He served as the technical consultant on the film. Val Kilmer did not want to be in this movie, but was forced by contractual obligations. Tony Scott reassured him, "I know that the script is insufficient, but it will get better." He lied. "Wait until you see these jets. They take your breath away." Hence the song. Kilmer ended up liking the movie, saying, "All in all, it was both a blast and an education, and it turned out fine because of what it was." According to Anthony Edwards, a lot of the humor was discovered at the moment because the script was very skeletal. He's literally the best part, just because he makes up jokes along the way.
Yeah.
The Pentagon charged Paramount Pictures $1.8 million to use all of their planes and aircraft carriers for the film. Jerry Bruckheimer on convincing Tom Cruise to sign on to the film after his initial reluctance. So they, the Navy Blue Angels, took Tom up there, and they do 5Gs. They do barrel rolls. They do everything. He's heaving in the plane. He gets on the tarmac, runs to a payphone covered in puke, and he says, "I'm in. I'm doing the movie. I love it. This is great."
Covered in puke.
Anthony Edwards is the only actor who did involvement while in the fighter jets. Charlie Blackwood is based on a woman named Christine Fox, who is tall, blonde, leggy, and has a penchant for clacking high heels. At the time the movie was being produced, the filmmakers wanted the character of Charlie to either be a groupie or a gymnast. A gymnast? When the producers met Fox, whose call sign was Legs, they changed the role. The fictional Charlie is an astrophysicist, but Fox is a mathematician who worked at the Center for Naval Analysis, which was located across the street from Top Gun. "They always knew when I was coming," Fox told People in 1985, "because I'm one of the few people around here whose heels click." From December 2013 to February 2014, Fox served as the acting U.S. Deputy Secretary of Defense, making her the Defense Department's highest ever ranking female officer. The F-14 pilot who flipped the bird at the MiG pilot was Scott D. Altman of VF-51, who eventually became a NASA astronaut, flying as pilot on 2 missions and as commander on 2 more missions. There you go, a Navy pilot that went on to NASA. This film is credited with starting the home video industry. Originally, VHS tapes were priced at $100 upon their first release and were sold mainly to video stores. This film was priced to own immediately upon release, made possible by Pepsi Cola buying ad space at the beginning of the tape. Since then, pricing VHS tapes to own right away became a common practice.
That makes sense. Like, you're telling me people didn't own VHSs before this?
Not like rich people did. But, like, you have to... I mean, it's just like anything else, right? You buy ad space, just like you do on a VHS or DVD or whatever. It makes it more affordable. Makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's crazy to think about that. Like,
that nobody ever thought of that before?
Well, nobody had home videos.
I know, you're thinking like
movies
86. Like, wow, I was 2 years old. Like
you literally had to catch it on TV or go to a theater to see it.
Well, then you wonder why people were so prevalent about filming or, like, recording shit on TV. Well, when it's $100
that's
for
true.
VHS.
I remember back in 92. I mean, I remember
dude, we had
getting those movies and
freaking just
of recorded movies.
Oh yeah.
I never realized that, like, just a few years before that, it was hard to own a movie.
It was always 3 to a tape. You had 3 movies on a tape.
3 movies. We had all 5 Rocky movies on 4 different VHSs.
That's because nobody ever put them in alphabetical order. I'd go in there and I'd organize them. I'd put them all in alphabetical order, and the next time I went in, they were all fucked up.
Or somebody fucking recorded over something and didn't put it on the tape.
Yeah, they didn't write it on the tape. No one has ever buzzed the tower at Miramar before. The Navy pilots who were flying the scenes for the film drew straws to see who would get to do it. It was Lieutenant Commander Lloyd Bozo Abel. Bozo is the one that took up Tom Cruise. I didn't put this in here, but he took up Tom Cruise, and they were supposed to be watching in the rear view for the actors to see how they were doing and stuff. And he kept doing these maneuvers, and in one scene where he was, like, upside down with Tom Cruise in the back, and Tom Cruise was, like, heaving, he couldn't get, like, the bag, right? That's why he ended up puke all over him, because he was trying to go into the bag, but they were upside down, and it just, so Tom Cruise, like, laughingly gets over the intercom, and he's like, "Didn't you look in your rear view?" And he's like, "That's why they call me Bozo. I don't pay attention." But anyway, Bozo Abel. Michael Ironstein just happened to be at the hangar that day, and the plane flew low enough that he could see into the cockpit as it flew by. He said it was the most spectacular things he'd ever seen. Cougar was supposed to have crashed while trying to land back on the carrier, and his death was supposed to be why Maverick slid into Cougar's spot, but this was summarily cut by the Navy, as this was intended to be a recruitment tool for the Navy. They didn't want negative attention drawn on a particularly hazardous aspect of serving on a carrier or flying fighters.
But then they killed off Goose.
Goose by an ejection malfunction.
Yeah.
I'll get there. Ali Sheedy turned down the role of Charlie because she didn't think that anyone would want to see a movie about fighter pilots. She later regretted this decision and also considers it the biggest mistake of her career. Anthony Edwards had no idea he was going to sing and pretend to play piano, and once seeing Tony Scott was listening to Jerry Lee Lewis that morning and added it at the last minute. Can't tell. The signature volleyball scene featuring a glistening Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer has remained a pop culture fascination right for all the later generations. To capture the magic, Scott burned an entire day on filming, something the studio did not expect for the scene, which was only a paragraph long in the script. The scene was scripted as a real game. Editor Chris Levinson says on this week's episode of THR's Behind the Screen podcast, they kept score and everything, and Tony shot it like a commercial, and they were very angry. The studio was so pissed off, the head of production, Charlie McGuire, said, "I'm going to fire him," because he spent a whole day shooting this scene. Reflects Weber on the anger over that volleyball scene, and then, of course, it turns out to be one of the most famous scenes in the movie. Tony Scott didn't want to shoot the volleyball scene. When Paramount insisted upon it, he departed from the script, which had a detailed description of the moves and a running score, and instead focused on the bodies of the actors whom he had covered in baby oil. The result was so homoerotic that he was nearly fired again. So he did it on purpose because he didn't want to.
So homoerotic, he was nearly fired.
But it's so funny that he did it that way. Like, we don't get it, but he was basically flipping them the bird.
Right.
With that scene. Director Tony Scott and producers Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson were so impressed with the song Take My Breath Away that they decided to film more romantic scenes between Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis to feature the song. A test audience who saw the movie before it was released were annoyed that there was no love scene. The producers obliged, and 5 months after the production had wrapped, they summoned Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis to Chicago to film the infamous elevator scene and the sex scene. During their time away from the set, McGillis had
That's why the elevator scene makes no fucking sense.
Right.
It was an afterthought.
McGillis had lost approximately 16 pounds, and Cruise was actually feeling the color of money, so his hair was much darker in those two scenes. McGillis' hair was also much darker, hence why she hid it underneath a cap in the elevator scene. Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis didn't get along during or after filming. Didn't show.
But they had to film a sex scene.
Could you imagine?
So awkward.
I fucking hate. Well, look at
I'm gonna
Dirty.
spit in your mouth.
Like Dirty Dancing. That's one of the most famous romance, and they fucking hated each other.
Yeah, they hated each other.
But at least they had chemistry on scene.
Yeah,
like these two didn't. Anyway, the naval pilots who performed the on-screen dogfights were only paid an extra $23 on top of their usual salary. That's bullshit. One of the more iconic scenes in this film ended up changing a flaw on the fighter jets without losing a service member in real life. The reason for the canopy opening so slowly on Maverick and Goose's jet was because when the eject mechanism is activated, the canopy was designed to fly backwards quickly upon detachment. This works fine provided the plane is going down in some kind of straight line, but when the plane is in a flat spin as Maverick and Goose's was, the physics of this mechanism is all but taken out of the equation. Ever since the film was released, all fighter jets were redesigned with canopies that go sideways upon detachment, thus being able to work in both scenarios.
Right.
John Travolta was considered for the role of Maverick, but his agent's asking price for him was too high, especially in light of his recent box office flops. And the last one of the first films to be selected for the Cinema 52 project, in which a subject watches a film 52 times over the course of a year. Revelations of note about Top Guns resulting from this experiment include Tom Cruise blinks 469 times, the word "the" is spoken 223 times, and the average time between Air Boss Johnson's coffee spills is 27 minutes and 23 seconds. That's it. I told you the trivia is way more interesting than the fucking movie was. I could have put more in there, but I tried to keep it short.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Oh, Maverick.
Please let it not be.
Be a comedy. Please be a comedy.
Or horror.
Trading Places.
That's a comedy.
That's a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah, that's
weird though, it's not
good.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
But fuck it.
Fuck it.
Trading
Christmas in
Places
July.
is fucking funny.
Christmas in July.
Oh yeah.
Hoopla, Roku.
We own it.
I know.
I don't.
You should.
Yeah, maybe.
Shit's funny.
I know.
And at least I remember
Eddie
it being,
Murphy
and then
and
like
Dan
we'll watch
Aykroyd,
it again,
man.
and I'll be like,
Old Eddie
It'll-
Murphy, too.
oh yeah, it's old Eddie Murphy.
It'll never not be funny.
Dude, when he rolls up, his legs are tucked under him.
Yeah. Shit's great. All right, so next week we're going to do Trading Places. Don't forget about them socials, baby. Go ahead and check us out on, all that shit. X, TikTok, Discord, all that good stuff. All the links are in the description. So, till next week, go watch Trading Places, and we'll see you
Deuces.
for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.